member-owned not-for-profit cooperative that has grown into a vital community resource, a place where
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we
Earning college credit while in high school is a smart choice. Area high school students have several college class options available to them through the DMAC Carroll campus and Templeton Regional Center. Students, contact your high school counselor today to talk about how DMAC college credit can be part of your high school plan at no cost to you. DMAC, life's calling.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express space, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center, full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City and MackeyMotors.com.
Score big when you come on down to the Carroll Pizza Ranch to dig into the country's best chicken, piping hot pizza, and their fresh salad bar. They're open to serve you all your Pizza Ranch favorites from 11 to 8 on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 to 8. Get their famous buffet your way, where you can request your favorite pizza.
Travel down the pasture. You either got the machine you need or can help you get one on order. Olson's Outdoor Equipment Shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Halber Enterprises. Superior products at competitive prices. Professionals with over 100 years of combined experience. Make sure the job is done right. Let us take care of your project from the concrete to electrical to service after the sale. Trust the experts at Halber Enterprises and Sukup Manufacturing with all your grain handling needs. Halber Enterprises is a proud supporter of athletics and wishes all our local athletes the best of luck.
Mackey Motors pregame show. Again, Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City or check them out online at MackeyMotors.com. Mention it is still warm today, not anything like it was the last couple of days, but right now we do have 86 degrees. Heat indice reading right now sitting at 95 degrees, but going to cool down by the time this one gets over. We should be in the mid-70s, and hopefully that heat index drop down into the 70s maybe by the time that we get to the end of this game. Jerry, I mentioned that we're going to talk a little bit about rule changes this year. There's a couple of them. One of them, you said, both of them really, it sounds like they're just trying to match up a little bit more with what the college rules are.
Yes, actually, I mentioned one that's already been in effect, but it was a major one, and that was in the past, college, as everyone knows when they watch college and pro sports, the quarterback can ditch the ball if they're outside of the pocket. Well, for many years, that was not a rule in high school, so it led to a lot of confusion because quarterbacks would rush out of the pocket, see that they're going to get tackled, throw the ball out of bounds, there comes a flag.
Yep.
Okay, which would not be in college. And I can remember vividly people saying, but I was outside the pocket, not in the high school game, but you watch so much college sports. Well, this year, in another attempt to make things closer to the college game, the high school rules have done some changes, and we don't have a lot of time, but the most noticeable one would be it's enforcement on illegal blocks. And you'll see that in the past you might have a block behind the line and it would be enforced from there, but now it'll be from the previous spot, meaning where it was snapped. And that will make it more like the college game, and they've done that in colleges so you don't have these major, huge penalties. And the same thing now will be in effect in high school. It's not as noticeable as the first one I mentioned for a change, but I applaud them for doing this. There's an attempt to make the game more smoothly transitioned from high school to college, and they should do that.
Jerry, I got to ask, I've always kind of wondered, and I guess I don't think I've ever asked you, how many years have you officiated? You're still doing some JV and freshman and junior high work?
I still do, and I'm not going to get this exact, so I'm going to say 40 years.
40 years.
I think it was 40 years ago, and I moved back to Carroll in 1982, and I think it was maybe the next year when I started, and it might be a year after that, so I'm not positive on that. But well, for sake of argument, we're going to say 40 and counting.
How many years of that did you work with Molitor and Pomeroy?
Oh, most of them.
Yeah.
All right. Dan and I worked every year together. Jim took some years off we did varsity. We did so many varsity games that we worked it out once, and we did a year's worth of nights of varsity football, which adds up to a lot of time and commitment to the sport. So we enjoyed that. Now, Jim had kids who were in volleyball, and he took a few years off to that. I had kids involved in football and skipped a few years and was doing some broadcasting at that time, which is when I got my start doing that. So, but overall, I've reffed football games for 40 years now in a lot of games.
Yeah, you have. And I tell you what, you brought up one, I forgot you were with me that night, the old stadium and the old press box that you were talking that you thought the last game you did maybe in that press box was the night that the ceiling started to leak and the roof started leaking above me, and it was dripping down on our equipment, our electrical equipment, as we were broadcasting the game.
You are right, and that's a great segue into commenting on how beautiful the new stadium is. And if you drive by here, you see just how much it's used. Almost every night, and frequently I drive by here to go to work sometimes, and in the morning there's people using it. So this stadium gets well used. I'm very happy that they managed to get this taken care of, and a lot of memories are generated on this field, and especially with the turf, which was an added expense, but it makes it so that the field is usable. All the time, virtually all the time. And no more of those mudslide games like we did that night.
Yeah, and I will tell you, I drive by this all the time on my way to work, and rarely do I ever drive by unless it's late at night where there's not somebody out here using this facility. And I will say, I haven't done it for a year or two so, and I need to get back into it. I like to run. I don't want to come and run circles. I did that enough in high school, but I come and run the stairs here. I'll run the bleacher steps
You're really
and stuff.
Committed.
Yes.
I thought you'd say the track.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't want to run circles, and stuff. So I run the stairs instead of running circles. But someday, and I know he's probably listening right now, I'm going to whoop Nathan Cones in a 100-meter dash on this track someday.
I want to be there for the timer for that. I think that would be an exciting meeting. Nathan and I happened to have a day this summer where, for whatever reason, we ran across each other about 5 times during the day. I do not know why. We're both in the same grocery store, both at the same game, both sitting together. And so I would really like to see that because he's a great guy, and I've known you for a long time, too. So, I at least want to buy a ticket to the event, and that might be a tough one to get.
It might be. Yeah, no, I tease Nathan. I think he just turned 30, and I'm well into my 50s. I told him a couple of years ago, I'm like, I ran all the time. I was a distance guy, but I'm like,
Right.
I could beat you on a 100-meter dash because I says, the only exercise you get up is walking to the fridge. So I said, as long as I can stay close to you the last 50, you're going to die, and I'll get you.
That's right. They say age is just a number, but I'm speaking from experience. Numbers don't go down.
No, they
just
don't.
keep going up.
And I tell you, my 100-meter dash time's gotten really slow. We are coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes feel, recover, and perform. Jerry, what's it like? I mean, I'm always in the press box. I get the feeling of it up here. You've been down on the field, as you said, for 40 years at times, officiating. What's the atmosphere like, on opening night? It's just something special.
Oh, it is, no matter what level you're at, even starting in junior high on up and in the high school level in particular, in college, of course. But these kids and the coaches, the thing about this game is every team is undefeated.
Yep.
And that's what makes it so special, man. It's the beginning of the season. You've worked hard with nothing but hitting your opponents and not your own teammates, and everybody's excited to get out here and change to competing against another team, and it's just makes it extra exciting, especially on that first game when you've practiced for a month and have had to wait it out until you have something real to play for, and that's what they're doing tonight, and I think they're just getting ready to do the toss right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and we got a special new thing that we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be announcing a sack of the game. It's not during the game, so what you can do, folks, is you can go down to Market on 30 during the week, and they're going to have a registration box out, and you can just register your name in that box, and we'll talk about it throughout our games, but on Tuesday morning in our Rewind program, we're going to announce what the best sack out of the 3 games we broadcasted that Friday night are, and then we're going to draw a name, and somebody is going to win a free sack of groceries from Market on 30. So that's the pretty cool thing about it. So listen to Rewind on Tuesday morning. Of course, tune into the ball games. We'll have our sack of the game announced on Tuesday morning from the 3 games, and then you get yourself a chance to win a free sack of groceries again, and you can register for that and sign up down at Market on 30. Carroll does win the flip of the coin here tonight, but they defer to the second half, so that means Greene County is going to be getting the football first. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here tonight. First of all, for the Rams, and again, they're under head coach Caden Duncan, and they go 8-2 a year ago. They're going to start Bryce Haben at left tackle, Marcus Ball at left guard. Camson Kinney is the starter at center here tonight. Your right guard is Noah Cornell. The right tackle is Keegan Lawrence. Looking at their wide receivers and tight end, the tight end is Cody Allen. The wide receivers are Jackson Hansen and Trey Schilling. The quarterback here tonight is Gabe Ebersol. He's a senior with 7 of 142 last year, 1,253 yards, 15 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions. His favorite target was Hansen. Camden Strennan, and also in the starting lineup tonight, along with Christopher Doherty, and those are the running backs. So again, Strennan and Doherty are the running backs here tonight. For the Carroll Tigers defensively here tonight, the defensive ends are Caleb Vander Heiden and Justin Reesberg, a couple of seniors. They've got some juniors as the down linemen here today. Noah Hinners and Jason Avilés are the down linemen. They're the defensive tackles. The linebackers tonight are Cooper Ludwig, Carter Smith, and Chase Regaller. The cornerbacks are Tate Schleichman and Mac Collison, and the safeties here tonight are Brayton Alford and Edric Heisterkamp. So we've got some sophomores, some young guys in the starting lineups for the Carroll Tigers coming up here tonight. So again, Greene County is going to have the football first, kicking things off for the Carroll Tigers, who's going to be Kieran Polking. He had 21 kickoffs last year, 1 for a touchback, but he worked a lot on that kicking strength. And talking with Coach Rowetter here earlier this week, Coach said that he has gotten a lot stronger and has done a much better job of getting the ball into the end zone. So hopefully we'll see maybe a touchback for him early in the season. Back deep is scheduled to be Nick Stream and Camden Strennan. Those are the scheduled guys to be back deep for Greene County. And we are set for kickoff. Carroll going to go left to right, and Greene County, of course, right to left, or from south to north across your radio dial. High end over end kick. Taking the kickoff is going to be straight Strennan slips a tackle at around the 18-yard line and gets out past the 20, out near the 25-yard line, and that is where Greene County will have their first possession of the ball game. They'll start at their own 25-yard line. 11:54 remaining here in this first quarter of play, and we are set for that first snap. And they're going to mark it out, Jerry. I'm going to call that the 26 rather than the 25.
It's right about the 26-yard line, definitely. I see we're going to be switching balls tonight, which is, usually you hope you don't have to do that, but a lot of teams select their own ball. So.
And we may have some water breaks called for here tonight, some extended
yes,
timeouts.
definitely.
There's going to be a snap back and taking off, and the Rams break one right away as Ebersol, the quarterback, started right, cuts back left. It's a foot race. Schleichman will wrap him up, but he's going to get all the way down inside the 15, all the way down to the Carroll 13-yard line. And Jerry, that hole was huge, and Ebersol was able to take advantage of it.
Well, he had a great ball fake to one of his running backs, and when the Tigers committed to that run, he had a lot of open field for that. It's quite a good run for him.
Ebersol, 78 carries, 321 yards, 5 touchdowns, almost scored there. A 61-yard gain on the first snap here for the Rams. They'll come out, ball on the left hash mark, I formation. They've got Jack Hansen split to the left. That's the short side of the field. One wide receiver out to the right. Tigers with 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. They'll snap, hand the football off, second man through the line of scrimmage. That's Strennan. He is going to be hit and wrapped up at the 12. A gain of 1 on the play. It'll bring up a second down. And let's call it about 9 yards to go. It's very much better defense that time for the Tigers up front.
Absolutely. They were ready for that play. And I think I watched him in practice. He was throwing really nice tight spirals on down and outs, and this would be a nice time for them to try that, or you could expect it anyway. 2nd and 9, it's going to be tough to run here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a short pass here.
I formation again. Hansen splits to the right. Collison will defend him. They're going to hand it off to the first man through, and the ball looks like it came loose. Carroll jumping up and down, saying that they've recovered it. The officials have not given the ball to any team yet. We'll wait till they unpile it, and it's going to be Carroll Tiger football. They handed the ball off to Doherty, and he fumbles on the play, and the Carroll Tigers come up with it, so the defense comes up with a big stop after giving up a big gain, and the Tigers will have it at their own 14-yard line with 10:31 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Let's run you through that Carroll starting lineup here tonight. The offensive linemen, Logan Menken, Caleb Vanderheiden, Mox Oberning, Noah Henners, and Jaden Flug. The tight end is Evan Hammer. The wide receivers, Matt Collison and Braden Alford. The quarterback, the junior Carter Essick. The running backs here tonight, Cooper Ludwig and Chase Regaller. We'll give you the Greene County defense coming up here in just a moment. Tigers will come out shotgun formation. Rams have 3 down linemen, but about 5-6 guys in there, and we've got a flag coming from the far side of the field. They did get the snap off, but the play was blown dead ahead of time, and Jerry, I think that's probably going to be some movement on the Tigers.
I believe one of the left guard might have lifted his hand up so it'd be a false start.
We do have a ref, Mike.
Right. No, that's
going to go against the defense. Yep. So Greene County called for their first penalty. I thought, Jerry, when that flag first came out, I really thought it was going to go against the Rams. Against the Tigers. 1st and 5 now. Ball out the 19-yard line. Shotgun formation again for Essick. Ludwig lined up to his right. They're going to hand it off to Ludwig. Found a little bit of a crease. He's going to get out past the 20, out to the 22-yard line. So Cooper Ludwig with his first carry of the ball game, gains 3. It'll bring up second down and about 2 to go. Ludwig, 104 carries last year, 552 yards, 7 touchdowns on the year. Let's quickly run you through that Ram defense. Noah Cornell and is one of the down linemen, along with Bryce Haben. Those are the defensive ends. The nose tackle is Camson Kinney. The linebackers are Cody Allen, also Brock Stream, Gavin Sharman, Adam Bills, and also Trey Schilling. You got Camden Strennan at a cornerback spot, also Jack Hansen at the other quarterback, and Nick Stream as the strong safety. Tigers send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off, trying to get it out on the jet sweep, and they pick up some yardage. Nice carry that time by the sophomore, Brayton Alford. And Alford's going to pick up the first down. He'll get from the 22 out to the 29-yard line. Heard a lot about that young guy coming up into the program here, and Brayton showing off some pretty good speed for that 9-yard gain on the first play of the game.
That was a terrific run by him. He does have good speed. Cut to the outside. He had a block on the inside. He cut that to the outside, which was the right choice because they didn't cover the outside game. It was a great gain for Carroll for their first down of the season.
So we've got a shotgun formation again for Carter Essick. Alford again goes in motion. They'll hand it off to Ludwig, trying to get the right side. It's got a crease at the 40, 45, 50, 45, and going to be brought down from behind by Nick Stream, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line, down to the 33 for the Carroll Tigers, and a nice gain that time off of the right side.
That was a great call for Carroll. What they did is they moved their wide receiver, Brayton Alford, in motion to the left side of the field. That drew Jefferson to the left, then faked it and cut back to the right side, where they had already had some success running. It was a good play choice right there.
Ludwig lines up to the left of Essex, who's out of the shotgun formation. Two wide receivers out to the left. They'll snap it back to Essex. Wants to throw for the first time. Ludwig picks up the rush. Now some pressure comes up the middle. He's going to scramble. Throws it down to Alford. Caught down inside the 10. And he's going to be knocked down and around the 9-yard line. A pickup of around 24 on the play. And that'll be another Tiger first down. Essex now 1-1 here on the night. Offense looking pretty sharp right now. I think that Ludwig picking up that blitz, Jerry, was huge.
It was, and boy, he came close to throwing that ball from past the line of scrimmage. It was really close, but obviously there's a referee right on the line, so I'm sure he did not. You'd have to be all the way across in order for it to be an illegal pass.
First and goal for the Tigers. Scoreless ball game. 8:40 left here in the first quarter. Ball over on the left hash mark. Alford goes in motion right to left, and we're going to get a flag. Ball on the ground. Rams say they came up with it. We're going to see where the officials point, and they're going to say that it's Ram football, but we've got movement against Carroll. That should wave off the turnover because I think the play blown dead, Jerry?
No, it was an illegal shift.
Okay, illegal shift.
Two people moved, so that's not a dead ball foul. So the turnover is going to count, unfortunately. It was just a broken play for Carroll. Their running back jumped before the ball was snapped while there was a wide receiver in motion. That was the play that was working for them. They did it the other way. But those things are going to happen, especially early in the season like this, and probably led to the fumble as well, although I didn't notice it come out.
So both teams have turned the ball over on their opening possession here of the ballgame. Don't forget our Motor Inn player of the game coming up in the postgame here tonight. Motor Inn of Carroll, your premier Toyota, Chevy, and Buick dealership for everything from sales to service to parts and collision. Hansen going to split out to the left. Shotgun formation now for Ebersol. They'll send a man in motion, and like we see a lot of times early in the season, we're seeing, offenses a little out of rhythm. We've got a quick timeout called here by Greene County. We'll take it with them. We're back in 30 seconds. It's a scoreless ball game. 8:34 left here in the first quarter. You're listening to high school football on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
It's common to feel overwhelmed when it comes to
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
Coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Jeff Blankman, Jerry Fleschner with you. Thanks to Stacy back on the studio monitoring things for us here tonight. Thanks to Nathan Cones as well for coming in and helping out get everything set up here tonight. Nathan with a lot of experience at doing that, so we appreciate him doing that here tonight. The Rams with the football, their second possession. Clock has started. They look to throw. They complete it out to Hansen, and a really nice open field tackle that time. Edric Heisterkamp coming up from his safety position, wraps him up. The pass is complete, but it's only going to be a gain of about maybe a yard. They're going to give him the 15, so a gain of about 2 on the play. And it's going to bring up second down now, and we will call it around 8 yards to go.
Greene County definitely likes that down and out pass. They've used it three times already.
Yeah, then they're going to try to get the ball, it sounds like, in Hanson hands light. They'll come out I formation, 2 wide receivers to the right. They turn, they hand the football off, and Strennan this time able to get back to the 15-yard line, so a pickup of about maybe a half a yard or so on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 8. And Jerry, as you know, been around this game a long time. If you get teams in 2nd and 3rd and long, your defense is in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it's encouraging. Our line play has been great here on the run so far.
I formation again, actually, nope, shotgun formation this time. The running back Strennan lines up to the right of the quarterback Ebersol. 2 wide receivers out to the right. They're going to roll Ebersol that way. Pressure comes from the backside. He's going to go deep for Hanson, and the pass is complete. Is he inbounds? And they're going to say that he's inbound. That's a really nice catch along the sidelines out to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 33 on the play, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Rams.
Well, that was a great 3rd down play, and surprising they went way deep on that. That was about a 30-yard throw.
And I know Coach Rowetter, if you were able to catch the pregame interview here tonight, talked about Hanson. Slants they like, quick outs they like with him, but they really like double moves, stopping and then getting him going. And that time they did go deep. Ebersol hung that one up a little bit, but he was able to make the catch. They'll send a man in motion. Heading in motion that time is Kendall Freeman. They'll snap it back to Ebersol. He's going to keep it and again finds a little bit of a crease. Ludwig, he slips through that tackle of Ludwig and picks up a 1st down inside Tiger territory down to the Tiger 42-yard line. So a pickup of 11 on the play. And so far, Ebersol has been their most dangerous running back in this game. And the 5th play of the drive coming up.
He's very deceptive. His fakes are great. You know, it's hard to tell that he still has the ball, and he's had 2 good runs, that one and then the long one, the 40 or 50-yarder one early.
Empty backfield this time for Ebersol. He's got 3 wide receivers out to the right. They'll send it stream in motion. They'll toss it to him. The Tigers blow up the play. Getting in there to make the tackle that time for Carroll was Caleb Vanderheiden from his defensive end position, and that's going to be a loss on the play back to the Tiger 48-yard line. So stream with a loss of 6 on the play.
It looked like he kind of tossed that forward. That's actually a forward pass.
That is, yes.
It's lost yardage on a forward pass and quite a bit, about 6 yards, so it's 2nd and 16.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Jerry. I'm still trying to get back into the football mode here.
Oh, I didn't hear that you didn't say it was.
I said it was a handoff, but it wasn't.
Oh,
yeah, it is.
No, it was a surprise.
Forwards is a forward pass, yeah.
Yeah.
Play clock right now down to 5. Rams make an adjustment at the line. Low snap. Ebersol picks it up, runs that quarterback draw, and again just gets rocked in there by Regaller, but he's going to pick up a yard down to the 47-yard line, and that's going to bring up, we'll call it now 3rd down and long again, about 3rd down and 15, ball in the middle of the field. Scoreless game right now, 5:45 left in this 1st quarter of play.
3rd and 15 for the Rams.
Commanding a good opening drive. That game over on 93.7 at KKRL. Scoreless ball game with ESAC and IKM Manning. Casey Miners on the broadcast there. Stream lines up to the left this time. Ebersol, he's going to go out into the flat. They'll flip it out to him on a little screen play. Tries to cut it back inside, but the Tigers, so much speed on that defense, they're able to rally to the football well. A gain of 4 on the play down to the 43-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down now and about 11 to go, and it looks like the Rams probably going to punt it away.
It's a great choice to punt here. They got long yardage, 10 yards to go, and from the distance where they are, they could kick this right down to the 5-yard line. We hope we don't end up having that happen, but they're in good position to punt here.
Gabe Ebersol to punt it away. Their quarterback, it is a high snap. He will get it off. Regaller back deep for the Tigers, sets up at around the 11-yard line. It'll bound at about the 12 and right into the Rams' hands, and that is at Nick Madsen. And it'll be down at the 12. So Carroll will start their 2nd possession of the game at their own 12-yard line. So Jerry, Carroll has not had really good field position. Their own 14, now their own 12-yard line, but moved the ball the last time.
We definitely moved the ball last time, and interestingly, both teams started the game on offense with about 60-yard drives,
yes,
ending in turnovers. As the game progresses, you're not going to see that as much, just because they get some of the jitters out. So I don't think you're going to see so many turnovers until late in the game. Things too.
Ball over on the left hash mark. Shotgun formation for Essick. He'll hand it off, and they get it inside and fighting his way through. and really just kind of pushing the pile out to the 15-yard line. Got to wait and see who gets up. I think it was Ludwig, but I want to wait and see if it was him that had the carry there. We've got an injured Ram down on the field, and that was Ludwig on the carry. Cooper with his 4th carry of the ball game. 4 carries now for 44 yards. Tigers will have 2nd down and 7 to go, and we've got a timeout on the field as the Rams have an injured player out on the field. They'll take a quick water break as well. We'll step away with them. It is a scoreless ball game. 4:32 remaining here in the first quarter of play. We're back in 1 minute right here on at 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Classes as a freshman here. It gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here. And there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Pepsi beverages, Gatorade helping athletes feel, recover, and perform. We've got a timeout on the field right now. An injured Greene County Ram have not been able to see the numbers, so I do not want to try to judge who it is or what the injury is. But Jerry, you really took their first drive. Greene County was really one huge play, and then they turned it over a couple of plays later. But the Tigers had a 5-play drive highlighted by a big run from Cooper Ludwig as well. But both offenses right now have shown the ability to move the football. How have they been able to do that, and what stood out for you?
Well, for Greene, it was because they have their quarterback's doing this.
Yep.
On his own, really, because he's got great ball fakes. And that's early in the game like this, first game of the season, the defense isn't ready for that. And that's happened. Carroll's offense was a little more organized, I think. In other words, structured what they were going to do for each play. So I think that's encouraging for Carroll because you can maybe get used to these ball fakes, but our offense looked like it was just running successfully, even on this last play. And I think that might have been a linebacker that was.
Yep, Adam Bills, number 15, helped off the field here just a moment ago. A sophomore, middle linebacker, 6 foot, 180-pounder coming into the ballgame.
And he was injured in Carroll's backfield, which means he must have blitzed, although I didn't see it. So, I don't think it was. He just got hit in an odd way.
Handoff again to Ludwig up the middle. He's got some running room. Picks up a first down, breaks a tackle. Gets out past the 30 out to the 32-yard line. A pickup of 17 on the play. He's got 5 carries now unofficially for 61 yards. And I tell you what, give him a lot of credit for running hard, but give that offensive line a lot of credit. They ran it right up to gut that time with Mox Olberding, Caleb Vanderhyde, and Noah Henders. Those 3 guys in the middle. That hole was huge.
Definitely, and as warm as it is tonight, it's important. I mean, if that line, as the game progresses, I hope that they'll be able to dominate even more as the teams get a little bit fatigued.
They'll send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Ray Galler. Got him on the jet sweep, and he is going to get out to about the 38-yard line. Let's give him the 39. A pickup of about 7 on the play. Chase with his first carry here of the ballgame. 4th play of the drive coming up for the Tigers. Couple of updates for you. Heelan struck on their first play a 56-yard touchdown run. They're up on Kemper 7-0 at 6:54 left. I think it's been 33 years, if I remember correctly, since the last time those two teams played. It's been since 2015 since the last time Carroll and Greene County played.
I'm very surprised. That's a long time.
It is.
I'm amazed that it's been that long since they played each other.
Yeah. Shotgun formation, 3:02 to go. Second down and 3. Handoff to Ludwig again. Right up the middle, drags a tackle and slides it through the tackle that time. And gets himself out as Christopher Doherty able to drag him down, but not before he gets out to the 45-yard line. A pickup there of about 4 on the play, and that will move the chains for the Tigers. And I'll have the 5th play of this drive coming up. Ball over on the right hash mark. Caminita drawing a first blood against Audubon down at Audubon tonight. They score with 5:10 to go in the first quarter. They're up at 6-0. That makes me think of the New Way Auto Group scoreboard show coming up for you tonight here on KCIM and on Kick 106.7. It'll be from 10 to midnight. Yes, we have Jeff Honnold on it tonight. Tom Hogkept going to help out until I can get over there, and then I'll be in there. But we'll get interviews with all of our area football coaches, including Coach Rowetter, and we'll get his thoughts on that. So you can get all of our area school scores, all of the scores from around the state of Iowa, and all of our area districts, and plus interviews with all 9 of our area football coaches following their games. We do have a timeout on the field. Coach Rowetter that time, Jerry, seeing something he did not like, so he was quick to call that timeout.
He was running out of time on the clock, and his team was not going to be set. They would not have gotten that play off. It was very alert for him to even call timeout, because I don't think they would have gotten stopped and set for the play. It would have been a broken play or even a penalty for not being set, because the clock was running down. And good, he saved himself 5 yards, I'll say.
Yeah, and I mentioned here a moment ago, I think you see more of that stuff first game of the year. That the biggest jump for most teams seems to be from game 1 to game 2, because you get the jitters out and you get the mistakes out of your system.
Yeah, definitely. When you're playing against a live defense, it helps your offense a great deal. You just can't match that in practice as much without being full contact. Most teams don't like to do that just because of the risk of injuries, of course. Cooper Ludwig, both the last 2 plays, he was the focal point of the play. 2 plays ago, they ran that sweep, and he didn't hit a block, but he was so far in front of the play that he affected the play and gained Carroll 12 yards. And the very next play, they handed off to him. So he's been a big part of our offense already tonight.
Yeah, and I think he's going to have to be, especially here early in the season. Schleichman splits out to the left for the Tigers, along with Brayton Alford. Regaler in the slot. Ludwig lines up to the left of Asick, who's out of the shotgun. Rams with 3 down linemen, 4 guys up front. 1 was standing up. Asick drops back, has some time now, decides to scramble. He picks up a block. He'll get into Ram territory, and he's going to get out of bounds. Are we going to get a late hit? No, we do not. He'll be knocked out of bounds at around the 42 of the Rams. So a pickup of 13 on the play for Asick. And I saw the official look like Jerry was starting to reach for it and then didn't throw it.
I'm surprised he didn't, as he was clearly on his way out of bounds. I'm kind of surprised they didn't, because it was close. It was on. I don't want to say anything about officials, but it was on their sideline. So maybe there's a little influence. I don't know.
So the Tigers again have the ball in Rams territory. 2:11 to go here in the first quarter of play. Jerry, we were talking about not being able to, duplicate things or replicate things, I should say, in practice. A lot of teams now scrimmage somebody else instead of the old Gatorade scrimmage that we used to see. I wonder how much that helps with that. Snap back to Asick. He'll hand it off to Ludwig. Nowhere to go this time. Doherty, the first guy to get to him. He'll wrap him up. The Rams get a little bit of help there as coming in was Michael Rumley, and a loss on the play back to the 44-yard line. So a loss, we're going to say, they're going to, mark it to the 43, a loss of 1 on the play. So first time tonight that Ludwig has lost yardage on a carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 11, 2:11 to go here. Clock has it stopped momentarily. Tigers will break the huddle. Rams again going with 4 guys at the line of scrimmage, 3 of them in the down position, 1 standing up. They do have 8 guys in the box. Tigers will send Alford in motion. They're going to hand it to him, and that play blown up. Flashing through in the middle that time was Noah Cornell, and Cornell tackles Alford in the backfield. A loss back to the 47-yard line, so that's going to be a loss of 4 on the play for Alford. And it's going to bring up 3rd down now in an eternity for the Tigers. 3rd down at about 15 to go.
You're going to have to look for a most likely a pass, almost certainly a pass here, because we're down in the field enough. If we don't succeed on this, they're not going to run for field position. So certainly we'll have to try and pass this ball, because if not, we're in good shape to get get the ball down there deep to the 20 or 10 from where we're at.
Matt Collison splits out to the right, 3 wide receivers to the right. Essick drops back. They throw the wide receiver screen to Collison. He'll make the catch, breaks a couple of tackles. But so many guys there, he's dragging people with him. Got that strength from Ann. He'll be tackled down to the 49-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers. 4th down and about 7 to go. Jerry, probably not in a situation to go for it here.
I think I would go ahead and punt the ball. It's a long 8 yards here, and like I said before, from where they're at, well, it looks like they might go for it. But
do you like my pick on Pete Collison, my boss there?
I caught it.
I'm sure he probably did too.
I try to be I have to be a little more careful from this side of things.
Mason Stitz on to punt it away. A high end-over-end punt. Angles it towards the Carroll sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. The official heading down the sideline. And let's see where they stop him here and where they're going to mark that one down. Looks like they're going to mark it down at around the... Nope, now they stop him at the 13. Now they move him up to about the 18-yard line. So that is where Greene County will have it, 1st down and 10. So both teams turn it over on their opening possession. Now both teams punting it on their second possession. We've still got 40 seconds left in this first quarter of play. And Greene County is touching the ball now for the 3rd time. South Central Calhoun leading Pocahontas area by a score right now of 8-7. That one at the end of the first quarter.
That punt was shanked just a little bit. He probably he had the ability to get it down there further, and I think he was trying to get it into the corner. He just kicked it off the side of his foot a little bit.
Shotgun formation for Ebersol. Quick slant looking for Hansen. Good coverage that time by Schleichman. Alford coming in from his safety position to help him out. And that is going to be an incomplete pass. And hard to believe, Jerry, that we're 36 seconds left in the first quarter. That's our first incomplete pass.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And I tell you what, if that was a complete pass, he was going a long way because he was behind the entire defense if he caught it.
Ebersol again out of the shotgun again. Don't forget, you can watch and listen to this game on our CBS Sports Network YouTube channel. We've got Will Miners out there right now running our video operations. Trennan on the carry off to the right side. No gain on the play for him. He's carried it 3 times for a total of 1 yard here tonight. You take away Ebersol's 61-yard scamper on that first play, Jerry.
Right.
And right now they have 13 yards rushing the rest of the game, minus that 1 carry.
Yeah. What I noticed is all of their success has been on a ball fake. So if we can adjust to that, it looks good for Carroll.
Harlan scoring first in their ball game here tonight, leading that one 7-0. Ebersol out of the shotgun, but that is going to do it for the first quarter of play. It is a scoreless ball game through 1 quarter here tonight between the Carroll Tigers and Greene County. We're back with the second quarter in 1 minute here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
This is Iowa, and Avelo Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avelo Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avelo Bank, member FDIC.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Live from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Jeff Blankman along with Jerry Fleshner here. Jerry, scoreless ball game. Both teams have had some chances. What have you seen here tonight in this game so far?
Well, I see that both offenses are really able to move the ball and have had some success. Our defense is holding their running game down and doing very well against that, so that's encouraging. But couple of times I've seen where Greene County's had some plays that were close to game breakers. I do not think this game is going to stay scoreless till the second half. Somebody's going to break one open here.
ICAM Manning up 6-0 right now. DJ Vanami to Ben Gherkin, and Kemper ties up Heelan at 7 apiece. Ebersol in some trouble on a pass attempt. He's going to be wrapped up and sacked. And a big sack that time coming up the middle for the Carroll Tigers. Noah Henners on the sack back to the 11-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of about 8 on the play, about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and definitely a punting situation.
That's a big play because that makes Greene County have to kick from their end zone. So, we stand to have excellent field position no matter what they do here. I noticed we only have one back, so we got 10 people on the line. A great chance if they bobble the ball at all, we have a chance to.
They come with some pressure, but Ebersol able to get off a boomer. Regaler is going to let it go over his head, and that is going to take a ram roll all the way down inside the 30, down around the Tiger 29-yard line. So what looked like could be great field position for Tigers. They'll mark it at the 30. What looked like could be great field position is going to not be as good a field position as what we had hoped for the Tigers.
That's an incredible punt, wow, that's a 60-yard punt from a high school kicker. That's incredible.
Yeah, you don't see a ton of those, that is for sure.
No, he kicked it with a perfect spiral against him, and we didn't even expect it to go that far. In fact, we weren't even lined up to go that. To expect it to go that. It went over his head, plus it got a very favorable roll. But here we go, Carroll. We'll start from the 30-yard line, see what we can do.
Tigers will have their 4th possession of the ballgame. It's still scoreless. We're early here in the second quarter, coming to you from the beautiful Carroll Athletic Stadium. They'll snap it back out of the eye. They're going to hand it off to the first man through, and Ludwig able to break a tackle and now just kind of pushing the pile. Not going to get much. He'll get out to the 32-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the play. I tease Coop sometimes. He's that wrestler. He's that hard-nosed guy. I always tell him as a catcher, when there's a foul ball, I'm like, he doesn't even slow down when he runs into the backstop here in Carroll. It's like, I always tell him, I'm like, if somebody tells him to literally run through the wall, he'll look at you and say, how fast do you want me to get through it?
He's not afraid to do that. You're right. He's not afraid in this game at all. He's just a tough player. You can see it.
Yep. Does he get that from Gene or from Dad? Do you know?
Again,
staying out of that.
Let's stay politically correct.
Shotgun formation for Essig. He'll flip it off on the little shovel pass to the Regaler, who gets the edge, turns the corner down the sideline, finally knocked out of bounds by Sharman, but not before he gets into Ram territory, down to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 21 on the play for Regaler.
He gained the last 10 yards, being only an inch from the sideline. He couldn't have been too far off, but the official was looking right down the line. I thought he was out of bounds, but he clearly stayed in bounds on that. Boy, that was a great play.
Harlan up now 14-0 on Lewis Central here early in the game. So Harlan looks like they're going to be pretty strong. Ball over here on the left hash marks. 10-14 remaining in this first half of play. Roselle Mutual halftime report coming up as we come to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth. Schleisman out wide to the right. Alford in the slot. Ludwig lines up to the right of quarterback Essig. Regaler in the slot on the left side. They'll fake the handoff. A little play action. Essig drops back and rolls out. He's got the man wide open. Catching it at the 14 is Schleisman. He'll take it in for the 47-yard touchdown. And the Tigers lead it 6-0 pending the extra point.
That is terrific. They've been using this running game, and if you notice, they ran this play to the right. Last time they ran the last 2 plays to the left-hand side of the field, and boy, they're looking really good right now.
47-yard touchdown. 10:05 left. They hadn't thrown it much, but when they threw it there, they threw it to perfection. Essig now 100 yards on the night. First catch of the night here for Schleisman goes for the touchdown. And now they're going to go for 2. They loft it to the back of the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. And the Tigers' lead will be at 6-0. 10:05 remaining here in this first half of play. We're back in 1 minute right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Hi.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Kicking it off again for the Carroll Tigers. Your prediction of this thing not being scoreless going into halftime came out to be correct.
I'm going to make another prediction. Both teams are going to score. We just need to score. The offenses are looking good here, although our defense is coming on.
And I tell you what, Essek threw a nice ball to Schleichman there, who ran a really nice route. Strandon will make the catch at the 9-yard line over here on the right side, the west side of the field. He's going to return it back up the middle. He's going to get out past the 20, out to the 22-yard line, and that is where Greene County will have it. First down and 10, 9:58 remaining here in this first half of play. Jeff Blankman, Jerry Fleshner with you. Thanks again to Stacy back in the studio monitoring here thing tonight. So we've got 3 games going on. Kemper Heelan over on kick with Nick Brinks and Doug Waniger. We've got Casey Miners and Nate Vanami down in Manning with IK Manning Isak. IK Manning up in that one 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. And then of course we've got the Carroll game going on right now, and we've got Glidden as well. Glidden and Woodbine. The Wildcats up 16-6 at the end of the first quarter.
This would be a great series. This would be a great series here if we could stop them on first down here and get the ball back right away. The momentum would be big. I would expect, though, after this they'll probably have a water break. Would be my unfortunately.
Low snap to Ebersol. He goes down and gets it. Fake the handoff to Stream, and now breaks a couple of tackles, but ends up only getting out to about the 24-yard line. So it's only going to be a pickup of 2 on the play. And you got to wonder, Jerry, with that low snap, how much that threw off maybe the defense early as he was able to slide through a couple of guys. But then the pressure was able to get to him before he was able to get free.
Well, at least they knew where the ball was that time.
Yep.
He didn't have a chance to deceive anybody, and even that might have even been a pass play if he'd gotten the ball right.
Kendall Freeman splits out to the right. Rams have 3 wide receivers to the right. Doherty lines up in the slot on the left side. They'll snap it back to Ebersol out of the empty backfield at Vanderheiden with some pressure. Regaller hits a Freeman as he makes the catch. Tackle going to be made out around the 26-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the play. First catch here tonight for Freeman. Freeman did not have a catch for them last year, so first catch of his varsity career with the Rams. It's going to bring up, though, 3rd down and 6 to go. Great crowd on hand here tonight for Carroll as well. Again, the season opener here tonight. Ball near the right hash mark. Ebersol again out of the shotguns. Got Stream lined up to his left. Freeman splits out here to the right. Ebersol drops back. Ludwig comes with some pressure up the middle. The ball is thrown across the middle. Alford on the coverage that time. They were looking to try and find Brock Stream, and the ball flips through his fingertips. It'll fall incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down, and this should be a punting situation. And Jerry, you wanted a 3-and-out. It looks like right now the Tigers got it.
Exactly. This is just what we needed. I hope we go back a little bit further on this punt. Better take about 5 yards back, or we're going to have another 60-yard punt.
Regaller again
from the same position
is back deep, and Rowetter pointing towards him. I think he wants him back at around the 30. Ebersol is their quarterback, so if they wanted to run a fake, he would certainly be the guy that would be capable of doing that. It's a high snap. He goes up and gets it. Pressure comes. A little contact, but not enough for any flag to come out. Ball will be a short one, but it's going to roll, and they will down it at the Carroll 33-yard line. So the Tigers will have it at their own 33, 8:27 remaining here in the first half of play. Tigers now with their 5th possession. Carroll fumbled on their first possession after a 5-play drive, had a 8-play drive their second possession, ended up punting that one away, and then on their 3rd possession possession of the ball game. They were able to score on a third play, a 47-yard touchdown pass from Carter Essick to Tate Schleichman. So again, their fourth possession of the game coming up here midway through this second quarter of play. Do want to take a moment here. I'm going to run through them alphabetically if I can. I'll do that when I get a chance, but I got a lot of people I want to thank that help us be able to bring you scores. Caminita now up 22-0 against Audubon. That is in the first quarter. Essick out of the shotgun. He's got two wide receivers out here to the right. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and Ludwig just powers his way to the 34. It was hit right at the line of scrimmage, bounced off a guy, and was able to pick up just a yard. It's going to bring up second down and 9. From Arweva, Darren Shirkey, their AD, is tweeting at me. From Audubon, Lynn Spees is tweeting updates at me. From Coon Rapids Bayard, it is Anna Hart that is tweeting updates at me. From Esac County, Angie McCullough. From Glidden Ralston, Tyler Jansen. From IKEA Manning, Trevor Miller, their superintendent. And from South Central Calhoun, J.C. Gravy and Brenna McAllister. So we've got people at all of these games, and they tweet updates at us at the end of each quarter, some after everybody scores. So it kind of lets us know what's going on with all of our surrounding teams. And, of course, our broadcasters are doing that as well, as Ludwig carries it off the right, breaks a tackle, slips another one at the 40, and gets out to midfield, a pickup of 16 on the play. And that'll be another Carroll Tiger first down.
Ludwig's quite a workhorse out there right now. He's broken that one. He broke right through the line on that one. Their defense, they didn't have a defender out there.
Yeah,
they didn't have a linebacker off to the left, and maybe Coach Rauder saw that and made that call.
17-yard gain. So he's got 10 carries now, 83 yards on the night. Schleichman will run in the play. Ball over on the right hash mark. Greene County's got some guys now starting to kind of squat down here in between plays. I don't know if the heat beginning to impact again. We still got 85 degrees out there. That heat index still in the mid-90s right now. They'll hand it off to Ludwig, cut back, and that time Greene County able to wrap him up in the backfield. That's going to be a tackle back to the Carroll 48-yard line, so a loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up second down. Let's call it at 12 yards to go. Clock ticking here, 7:20 remaining in this first half of play. We've got our Motor Inn player of the game coming up in the postgame. Motor Inn of Carroll, your premier Toyota, Chevy, and Buick dealership for everything from sales to service to parts and collision. And, of course, we've got our Roselle Mutual halftime report coming up for you as well. And again, that's about 7 minutes of game time away. Carter Essick out of the shotgun. Ludwig lines up to his left. 2 wide receivers, Schleichman and Alford out to his left as well. They're going to flip it, and that should be an incomplete pass. I don't know who I think it was maybe Regaller, the intended receiver. They were trying a middle screen that time, Jerry, and that one was blown up right away.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he got it out. He was going to get tackled in the backfield there, so I'm glad he threw the ball forward at least, and at least nobody was there. This is a big third down. It's 3rd down and 12 from the midfield, so we're going to look for most likely another pass.
Trey Tassel coming in. Edric Heisterkamp coming in. Evan Hammer will check out for the Tigers. They'll break the huddle. Heisterkamp. Alford will split out to the right. Regaller in the slot that side. Ludwig lines up to the right of Essick out of the shotgun. He's going to drop back. Pressure comes up. Ludwig picks up the pressure. Essick slips away from it, throws it down the middle, and just too far out in front of Heisterkamp, who was running across the middle. Had an open guy that time, Jerry, in that middle of that zone defense, but just led him a little too far. But he was scrambling forward, was pressured, and did all he could just to get that one off.
He had to release the ball when he did, but he had the wide receiver wide open for him there. Yeah, I've noticed a couple of times lately, though, where our snapper's thrown snapped it a little bit low for him. It's been throwing the play off just slightly. That last one was good, though.
Carroll is set to punt the football away. Back deep is going to be Mason Stitz for Carroll to punt it. You've got Strennan back deep. He's setting up right now at the 13. Good snap. High end over in kick over towards the right sideline. Strennan will let it bounce, and Heisterkamp will track it down just outside of the 5-yard line. So Greene County will have it with 6:35 remaining in the first half of play. They'll have it first down and 10 from their own 6-yard line.
That was a great punt to get us them into poor field position. They're starting back like this. Remember our last series I believe they had to punt from the end zone. No, that's time before that, but we'd like to see that again.
water break coming up for the officials and for the players. And I mentioned here a moment ago, Jerry, I started to see some of the Greene County guys kind of bending down out there, and I think that caught everybody's attention and probably knew on a hot night that that's time to get one of those non-scheduled regular breaks in here, and they were able to do that. That gives me a second. Do want to remind everybody we've got kind of a new giveaway going with Market on 30. It's called Sack of the Game. So all of us broadcasters out doing games this season are going to pay attention for sacks. We'll discuss them after all of our broadcasts, and then on Tuesday morning, as part of KCIM Sports Rewind, we'll announce what the sack of that Friday night was out of the 3 games that we broadcast. At the same time, you can go down to Market on 30 anytime they're open, and you can sign up at Market on 30 for what's called the sack of the game. We'll draw a name out of that, and we'll announce the winner of a free sack of groceries during the KCM Sports Rewind program coming up on Tuesday morning. So that is kind of a new thing that we're doing here with our broadcast across all 3 of our Carroll broadcasting stations, of course, called the sack of the game. 6-0 Carroll with the lead. 6:35 remaining here in the first half. Will Miners, want to thank him very much. Luckily, the sun has kind of gone down, but it's still humid, and that poor guy standing outside filming for us here tonight while Jerry and I are in a nice, comfortable, air-conditioned press box.
You wouldn't know it was 85 degrees in here. In fact, did I leave my jacket back there?
It's only set at like 75. Ebersol flips it out into the flat. It is caught and jumping up over the defender and getting out near the 13-yard line. That time was Strennan. So Strennan on the catch. It's going to be a pickup of about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up second down and about 3 to go. So they're really using that short pass as much as what they can.
They are, but that one was kind of risky because it was almost like a no-look pass.
Yep.
He didn't take much time to decide to throw it over there, but it worked out for them. I'm sure they practiced that a lot.
Lewis Central on the board, down 14-3 to Harlan. Ebersol again with the snap, hands it off. It looked like there was a crease, but Carroll's so quick defensively. Those linebackers flow really well. Strennan with the carry. He's only going to get out to the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. And I tell you what, Jerry, I really thought when he took off up the middle that he was going to pick up at least a first down to be able to hold
too.
him.
I don't know how that hole closed as fast as it did, because I thought he was definitely going to get a first down out of that.
Yeah, you thought it. I was figuring probably about at least a 4 or 5 yard gain minimum, and they hold him to 2. So 3rd down and 1 to go. Rams go with an I formation. 2 wide receivers to the right. They'll toss it. Max Strennan trying to get the edge. Now cuts it back inside. Picks up the first down. Gets out past the 25. Out to around the 26-yard line. So a pickup of 11 on the play. And that is going to be the first down. His best run of the night. And now he's got 5 carries for 14 yards unofficially. 4th play of this drive coming up here for the Rams. Rams going to be splitting out right now to the left. Kendall Freeman, 2 wide receivers out that way. Hansen is one of them. Doherty in the slot over here on the right. Shotgun formation for Ebersol. He's got Strennan lined up to his left. Tigers with 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Another guy, Schleichman, creeped up towards the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Strennan again, this time just right off of the left tackle guard gap, and he's going to get out past the 30, out near the 33-yard line. A pickup of about 7 on the play.
It was a nice run right up the middle there. They got a little bit of leverage there on the inside. There was no fakes, nothing like that. Just plowed right up the middle. It was a good play for them.
Cam Manning up 6-3. With 5:50 left in the first half over on 93.7 KCRL. Freeman and Hansen again split out to the left. Stream in the slot on the left side. Doherty on the slot on the right side. Shotgun for Ebersol. Flag on the play. They'll complete it to Stream. Nick Stream going to be hit and wrapped up out at the 35-yard line. It would be enough for the first down, but we're going to get movement by Greene County.
Looks like the wide receiver out there must have taken a step forward just as the ball was snapped. A little bit, I should say, before the ball was snapped, which resulted in that 5-yard penalty, which we'll definitely take. Arweva
leading Exira Kimmel to 21-14 at the end of the first quarter over tonight. So thanks to Janine Cook for that update. Shotgun formation again for Ebersol. And Jerry, if my numbers are right, I only have 2 accepted penalties in this game so far, so that's not bad for a first game.
No, not at all. It's been relatively penalty-free, but it's definitely not been mistake-free.
Ebersol scrambles away from some pressure and now is going to be brought down. Ludwig chasing him from behind. Also coming up for the Tigers to get on that was Carter Smith. And the Tigers had about 3 defensive linemen. One of them was Jason Avilés trying to track him down. Caleb Vanderheiden had put some pressure off on the left side. He'll get out near the 23-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about now 8 to go.
That was great containment for Carroll's defense, but Ebersol definitely has a chance to break one of these
does.
like he already did earlier. He's got the moves and he's got the speed. We're doing a great other than the first big run, we've done a good job on him.
And we're going to get movement. There was some movement up front. Yep, and I think it was number 13 that time, Brock Stream, who had not gotten set out here on the right side, and that is going to be the 3rd penalty here tonight against the Rams. That'll cost them 5, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 13. I think Stream was lined up in the wrong spot, Jerry, and then he realized late that he had to move forward.
He tried to fix where he was at, and that made him moving forward. And they called it actually a false. I didn't see what he did for a penalty. They could have called it a dead ball foul or I think they called it a dead ball foul.
3 wide.
He might have crossed the line.
3 wide receivers out here to the right, the short side of the field. Ebersol drops back, now going to tuck it down and scramble. He's got some running room. He is going to pick up a 1st down as he gets out past the 35, out to the 39-yard line. Needed 13. He picks up 16. And that is going to move the chain. 7 carries now, 84 yards unofficially for Gabe Ebersol, the quarterback for the Rams.
He's a dangerous runner, and he's showing it in plays like that. That was huge for them to get a 1st down on 3rd and long like that.
Kemper up now 13-7 as DJ Vanami hits Ben Gherkin for the touchdown. Rams, 2 wide receivers, 3 out to the left, 2 split wide, 1 in the slot. That's Doherty. Hanson out here to the right, the short side of the field. Nick Stream in the backfield next to the quarterback Ebersol. They'll snap it to him, and he's just going to hand it off to Nick Stream, and he'll get out to the 40, a pickup of 1 on the play for Nick Stream. And it's going to bring up 2nd down now. And now the Rams, you got to start to wonder here a little bit. They've got a couple of running plays from Ebersol, but you've got 2:17 remaining in the first half. They're going to have to start getting to the line a little quicker. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, but time's starting to become a factor for them a little bit, Jerry.
It did. I think they feel they have plenty of time to do this. They actually don't want Carroll to get the ball back with any time.
And now they're going to be another flag, and that one again going to go against the Rams. False start penalty.
I think you mentioned it's been penalty-free.
And I ruined it.
Well,
We've had, 4 flags since then?
Yeah.
I should know the radio jinx.
Well,
I've been doing this long enough. You never say somebody's 10 of 10 from the free throw line, especially late in the game. You never say anybody's not missed a 3-pointer. You never say a game's moving fast. Those are just all things that you...
Definitely not that one. Well, this should be over soon.
Yes. Ebersol pump fakes. They're looking for Hanson. They've got him deep, and it's just off the fingertips. They had a couple of steps on Schleisman down there. Would have caught it at around the 32 or the 33 of the Tigers, but it is going to bring up now 3rd down and about 14 to go. Ebersol 6 of 9 on the night for 42 yards unofficially.
He's clearly got good experience at the quarterback position. He's playing a great game. That one just missed. It could have been a big gain for them. But he just throws a real pretty ball.
He does. 9th play of the drive coming up. Hanson this time going to split out to the left along with Nick Stream and Freeman. Ebersol, empty backfield. Doherty in the slot over here on the right side. Tigers 4 down linemen. Ludwig was creeping up in the middle looking like he was going to blitz. And Greene County calls a timeout. We'll step away with them. 1:40 remaining in the first half. Carroll up 6-0. 3rd and 14 for the Rams when we come back in 30 seconds right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
When it comes to
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare.
dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Greene Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
Mason and in his double moves, and I know they worked on to try to defend that move.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. And here they go again with the same.
Ebersol rolls out to his left, wanting to go deep. He's going deep down the middle. Regaller that time going to be called for defensive pass interference. They were looking for Hansen. And, there was contact well before the ball got there.
Was definitely a pass interference play. In fact, he guarded the ball. He did it all that time. He just was a little bit too early, and I don't think that would have been a completion.
No.
He overthrew him, actually.
So we are going to get a pass interference call. We'll hear from the official here, hopefully here in a second.
It should be a 15-yard penalty, which will just barely give him a first down.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because you talked about in the pregame, kids watch so much college, especially pro games today. They were all heading down for a spot foul. They were all down at around the 40 or 35-yard line. Yeah, but it won't be. The ball will be moved now to midfield, and as Jerry said, it'll be just enough for the first down. So 1:31 remaining, ball at midfield. They'll spot it over here on the right hash mark. So in a way, even though that ball probably was not going to be completed, in a way, sometimes I look at those pass interference calls and I'm like, the defensive back made a smart decision. Instead of getting burned, just get called for the pass interference. Exactly.
He didn't want to give up that 40 or 50-yard gain. Greene County will have a hard time. They don't have much time left here unless they get a big gain someplace. It's going to be tough for them to catch.
They complete the screen pass out to Hansen. Thought maybe I saw a flag coming in, but
you did. I think it was a hold ahead of that play.
So the pass was completed to Hansen on the screen on the left side. He was tackled down at the 47 for a gain of 3 on the play. He's got 3 catches, 38 yards, but that one, a legal block in the back, going to go against Greene County, so that'll be marked off. So that is going to be a 15-yarder back to their own at 43.
It's just 10 for that.
Sorry.
And they'll get the down over. It'll still be first down, but that's helpful for us because with only 1:24, the clock is running here.
And so they've got just one timeout.
We need them to run out of time here.
Yeah. And they very well do that unless they strike for a big play. Ebersol. First and 17 out of the shotgun. Everybody in tight. He's going to roll out to his right, looks downfield. He's got a man there, and Regaller makes a athletic play. The ball underthrown. Otherwise, that could be 6. Hansen was running wide open at the 35, and I think Ebersol that time, Jerry, tried to throw it on a line to him, and that allowed Regaller to get the paw up there and knock it down because he was 10 yards behind Regaller.
If he had lofted that ball instead of throwing a rope, that's probably a big completion, exactly what they're looking for to have a chance to say. We're down to 1 minute left in the first half, and that can't end fast enough as far as I'm concerned.
Second down and 17. Hansen again's going to split out here to the right. With a guy like Hansen and with the way Ebersol throws, you're always concerned about that big play. And now we've got delay of game going to go against Greene County. So that's going to back them up 5 more yards. And just after I mentioned that we've played pretty well flag-free football, Greene County has picked up 4 of them that have been accepted by the Tigers since then.
and Carroll's also had 1.
Yep. So it'll be second down now. And around 22 to go. Got to get down all the way to the Carroll 40-yard line for a first down. They've got a bunch of trips receivers over here to the right. Doherty in the slot on the left. Ebersol drops back. Pressure comes. He's hit as he throws it, and it's going to be underthrown. It actually went off of the back foot of Chase Regaler as he was running down the field. The ball was intended for Nick Stream, and good pressure that time up the middle for the Tiger defense.
They had good pressure, and again, Greene County sent one receiver straight up the middle, if you saw that, to draw number 10, Connor, went right up the middle, and we've just got to guard against that in this case because we do not want them to get a receiver behind us. That's what they're looking for.
Yep.
They figure with this little bit of time left, they need to get a big player there. This is third down. If they're just going to throw a long one again, they might as well, because if they have a decent punt, we'll have a hard time scoring.
3 wide receivers again to the right. They throw it short to Stream on a quick little screen to the back out of the backfield. It'll fall incomplete. So Carroll will get an opportunity here on 4th and 22 to be able to get the football back with 51 seconds left here. And if you're Greene County, I almost maybe punt this one out of bounds or punt it away from the guy to try and burn a little bit more clock.
I think they will, and I'm not even sure we're going to send somebody. We are going to send a player back.
So Regaler will go back at deep. Again, Gabriel Ebersol, the quarterback, is the punter as well for the Rams. They had a high snap the last time. That time pretty good. Pressure comes from Hammer on the outside. High end-over-end punt's going to take what turns out to be a really good Carroll roll. It landed, and then, what, about the 10 or so? Or the 20, I think it was.
It landed at it hit the 10,
at the 10
rolled
and then
into
just
the end
bounced
zone.
straight into the end zone.
Now, that was another 60-yard kick. That's his second one. And he's having an incredible night, and I don't think there's a lot of wind helping him. That's all on his leg.
Yeah, so Carroll will get it at their own 20-yard line. 42 seconds left here in this first half of play. Tigers clinging right now to a 6-0 lead. Roselle Mutual halftime report coming up. And again, we'll get you scores from around the area. We'll get you my unofficial stats here tonight as well. Carter Essick comes in with the play and then turns around and hollers over to the sideline. And now we've got another player running out onto the field for the Tigers as Michael Rowetter comes out. And he'll get the quick call from Essick. He's going to line up in the slot on the left side. 2 wide receivers split out to the left. Brayton Alford is one of those along with Schleichman. They're going to look to throw. Essick drops back. Pressure comes. Now looks to scramble. And Essick did a good job of holding on to the football because the Rams were really trying to tackle that football and take it away from him. We're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a hold over on the far side of the field. And we'll see who that's going to go against. It looks like somebody got wrapped up. And a yard gain for Essick on that scramble. We'll bring up 2nd and 9, but that's going to be a hold call going to go against the Carroll Tigers.
They'll take this penalty just to keep us that much further from the end zone. I mean, we almost, from here, they only have 1 timeout left. It might be a wise move just to run the ball up the middle and call it a half. Go in with the lead.
Lewis Central cuts into Harlan's lead. It's now 14-12, late in the first half there. Essick out of the shotgun. We'll see if the Tigers throw. Nope, they hand it off to Ludwig. And Ludwig will get out near the 15-yard line to a pickup of about 5 on the play. And that might do it. It's
a good choice. We'll probably let this run out. And
I would imagine.
I think it's the right move, right choice.
18 seconds left here in the half, and doesn't look like with Essick all the way over here on the sideline, he's not going to hustle back. So our halftime score here going to be the Carroll Tigers leading it on Essick's touchdown pass, the 47-yarder to Tate Schleichman with a 10:09 or 10:05 remaining, I should say, in the first half. There's our only points here so far in the game. It's a 6-0 lead for the Carroll Tigers. We are back in 2.5 minutes with the Roselle Mutual halftime report. That's coming up for you next right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself after you pull it. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Insurance, a proud sponsor of tonight's halftime show. Roselle Mutual believes in the value of youth activities to help develop future adults that will live in the local area and be valuable members of their communities. For all of your home, farm, and auto or commercial insurance needs, visit Roselle Mutual in Carroll or call them today at 792-4525. Carroll Tigers right now on top here of Greene County in what's been a good football game, 6-0 our score here at the halftime. Jerry Fleshner, my broadcast partner, with me here tonight. Jerry, it's been a good first half. Both teams have showed the ability to move the ball. Both teams have showed the ability to stub their own feet. Both defenses have shown the ability to make plays.
It's not been surprising how the game went, really. Other than I was sort of surprised that both offenses started out doing so well, and I think I saw some of your stats there that both teams have gained actually quite a few yards for a high school game for just a half. Looking well. This game, I think, is going to come down. The fatigue is going to change things here. You know, as hot as it is, I mean, it's not like yesterday, and thank goodness it's not, but 85 degrees during the game, that's tough to play in for a whole half. And if one team, if any of these players have a little bit extra in the tank in that hot weather, it's really going to help them out. So I think the physicality will change. And you noticed when they were holding themselves, you know, they're just starting to bend over and such. You do another half of this, it's going to make a difference, and just hope we're in good shape and can keep playing as well as we are. And do another score here would be nice before we get the ball in the second half, and that's great. You know, that's why teams always defer, so they know they get the ball in the second half to start. It's a good way to you know, you're already ahead, and boy, if you could get a score early, that'd be great.
You thought and felt that Greene County would score here in the first half. How is the Tiger defense able to hold them from being able to do that?
Well, barely, quite frankly, especially the one pass interference, which we were beaten on that play. But I think it has the line play. We've been very good on the line. We're getting in their backfield. It seems like every series they have, we're getting at least one tackle in the backfield, so they're having to start with a 2nd and 15, you know, or a 3rd and 12, and really we're keeping them from having sustained gains on their plays, and part of that's because they're going for the big play a lot. They're going for the passes. If they don't get their passes completed, it's not going to happen. So hopefully we can keep that up.
Carroll's offense has been able to get Cooper Ludwig going a little bit. They had the one deep pass. Otherwise, everything else has been fairly short. They've had some success in the pass game. How do the Tigers get that run game going? Because that's what they really want to do and get some consistency out of that. And what's worked for them here so far?
I think it's ironic that our big score was on a long pass play. If you looked at the game, you would guess that it was their passing game versus Carroll's running game. But I do think if we just I don't think we need to change a whole lot. If we just keep Ludwig running up the middle like we have, he's breaking some plays. We're playing a little bit more of a conservative game.
Yep.
And I don't think that's a bad idea when you're already ahead. Are we ahead of them in offense?
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
So we've gained extra yards on them. I mean, it looks like if this comes down to a 1 or 2 score game, man, if we just put one together here, they'll have a tough time scoring twice on us before, I am surprised that both teams didn't score that first half. I really am, the way they were moving the ball early.
Yeah, both teams, as we run through kind of the drive summary here real quick, Greene County got the ball first at their own 26-yard line. 3 plays later, down inside the Carroll 15-yard line, they fumbled it away, and the Tigers recover it at their own 14-yard line. Carroll then gets a big play on a nice couple of runs from Cooper Ludwig, and then they found Brayton Alford down the left side for a big gain. They got down to around the 10, but then they fumble at their own 13-yard line on their fifth play of that drive. Greene County recovers with the 8:34 remaining in the first quarter of play. They go on a 7-play drive that turns into a punt. Carroll gets it at their own 12-yard line with 4:42 left in the first quarter of play. Tigers drive it, 8-play drive. That ends, though, in a punt. They pin Greene County back at their own 18-yard line with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Greene County went 3 plays and out, had to punt it away. And I think this was a key time of the game. Carroll gets the ball at their own 30-yard line, struck for a couple of big plays, and then Carter Essig found Tate Schleichman for a 47-yard touchdown with 10:05 remaining in the first quarter play. That put the Tigers on top at the time, 6-0. They went for 2, didn't get it. Greene County got the ball back at their own 22 after the kickoff. 9:58 left in the first half of play. 3 plays and out again. Carroll got the ball back at their own 33. 5 plays later had to punt the football away. Greene County then went on a 12-play drive that started with 6:35 remaining in the half. They punted away with 48 seconds left in the half. Carroll then runs 2 plays and runs out the clock with the final 42 seconds after starting at their own 20-yard line. Jerry, it was not the 3 and out that when you mentioned it, but the Tigers got a 3 and out, then scored after that, got another 3 and out. They really needed to do something with it on that one.
And am I correct in this? When we had that 3 and out, that's when they had that first 60-yard punt.
Yes.
So it changed the field position. Yep. I thought we would end up with the ball almost at midfield. Instead, we have it down at the 20 or whatever,
30.
20 or 30-yard line. I mean, that's a huge difference, and it really helped Greene County to do that. If they didn't have that good punt, and he's had 2 of them, he's really kicking the ball well.
Ebersol's been their player of the game, I would say, right now here in the football game. We'll step away, take a break. We'll be back with more of our Roselle Mutual halftime report. I'll take a rundown of our unofficial statistics here in the first half. Also going to have scores from our other games around the area. All that coming up when we come back in 2.5 minutes right here on the Roselle Mutual halftime report on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712-ROOF-PRO. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712-ROOF-PRO.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
We rented and rented and rented on the hopes of buying it someday. Bill and I, not having any financial education at all.
Coming in the first time of talking with Amanda was, all right, well, what's the track? What do you do?
She taught us how to correctly do things financially and how to build our credit, how to purchase our home.
When you ask for advice and then you follow advice on it, you can really get where you want to go.
The Paco Credit Union truly helped me believe in myself again.
1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM. Jeff Blankman, Jerry Fleshner with you here. We do want to thank Stacy back in the studio again, monitoring here tonight so that we can bring you all 3 of our games. Again, we've got the Kemper game over on Kick 106.7. We've got the ESAC and ICAM Manning game on 93.7 and KKRL. And here on KCIM, Carroll leading Greene County right now in a really good matchup, 6-0 our score. Here's unofficial numbers for you here. We'll start off with the Rams. Strennan right now, 6 carries, 21 yards. Doherty, 1 carry. That was a fumble, no gain and a fumble. Ebersol, the quarterback, 7 carries, 84 yards, and Nick Stream, 1 carry for 1 yard. So I've got him for 107 yards of rushing. In the pass game right now, Ebersol, 7 of 13 for 45 yards. Hansen, 3 catches for 38 yards here in the game. And then you've got Strennan. He has got 3 catches for 5 yards. And you've got Freeman with 1 catch for 2 yards. So 107 yards rushing, 45 yards passing for a total offense of 152 for Greene County here in this first half of play. They also had 6 penalties unofficially for 35 yards. For the Carroll Tigers here in this first half, Cooper Ludwig, 12 carries, 86 yards. Chase Regaler, 1 carry for 7 yards. Carter Asick, 2 carries for 14 yards. And Brayton Alford at 2 carries for 5 yards. So I've got the Tigers with 112 yards rushing in this first half. In the pass game, Carter Asick, 4 for 6 for 100 yards and a touchdown. Chase Regaler has got 1 catch for 21 yards. Tate Schleichman right now has got 1 catch for 47 yards and a touchdown. Brayton Alford, 1 catch for 24 yards. And Matt Collison also with 1 catch here in this first half. And again, that is for 8 yards. So the Tigers here in the first half, 112 yards rushing, 100 yards passing for a total offense of 212 yards. And I have Carroll for 2 penalties for 25 yards here in this first half of a play. Quick look at some of our scores again, and I just got an update from the Glidden-Ralston game, so we'll get to that update here in just a second. But right now, again, Carroll on top of Greene County at 6-0 at the halftime. Late in the second quarter, Heelan, leading Kemper 14-13. Also, ICAM Manning and ESAC tied at 6 apiece at the halftime. South Central Calhoun leading Pocahontas area 14-7. That one at the halftime. Arweva starting to pull away from Exira Gibbledon, up 34-14. That game is as well at the halftime. Just got an update there. Caminita up 22-6 on Audubon. That one late in the second quarter. Just got an update from the Glidden game. They were up 16-6 in the first quarter. It's now 16-14, that game at the halftime, though, over at Woodbine. And again, so those are the scores of our local games going on right now. And everybody that's maybe wondering, why aren't you giving a Coon Rapids Bayard update? They play tomorrow. They play tomorrow down at down at Valley Stadium in Des Moines, and they'll play Turkey Valley Jackson Junction. And I'll be down there with Jeff Honnold. We'll bring you the broadcast. You'll also be able to, and that'll be on 93.7 Carroll. Early afternoon game, pregame at 2:15, kicking off at 3 o'clock. First game of a doubleheader down there. We're not covering the second game. It's Fremont Mills against like Montezuma or somebody else in the other half of the state. But we will be bringing you live video coverage tomorrow night as well, or tomorrow afternoon. Casey Miner's going to go down with us, and he'll monitor and run that video broadcast for us again, and that'll be powered by New Way Auto Group. Jerry, they put those extra 3 minutes back on the clock here as both teams come back out on the field to kind of do their stretching and warming up. Maybe not have to do a whole bunch of stretching at their age and the heat that they're playing in here tonight, but thoughts going into the second half, adjustments, what do these two teams do?
Well, I think for the first thing for Carroll, and I think this is an advantage. You're reading through the stats: 112 yards rushing, 100 yards passing. Very balanced attack. They don't know where we're coming from, so they have to be prepared for that. Plus, I think you mentioned maybe five different receivers that have caught a ball for Carroll. So we're throwing the ball around, and I think that's really important, and it's going to come to mean something in the second half. We just have to keep breaking into their backfield and getting their quarterback Ebersol to at least have one play that he loses yards on, and they're going to have a tough time against us on this. I like the fact that we start with the ball in the second half. I still think that the heat's can make a difference in a game like this, one way or the other, and I think Carroll has done a little bit better at it. I don't know about the depth. Boy, it looks like Greene County has a lot of players out there.
Yeah.
A lot of people out, and both teams do, but it's great to see that. So
still 81 degrees here in Carroll as we get set to kick off for the second half. It feels like with the heat indices 86 degrees out there. So we're at 20 minutes after 8 o'clock, and it's still plenty warm. Kemper just scoring right before the end of the half. DJ Vanami hits Will Simons for a 4-yard touchdown. Kemper up 19-14 now on Heelan at the halftime. That game with Nick Brinks and Doug Wanderger over on Kick 106.7. Harlan up 14-12 on Lewis Central at the halftime as well. Tigers will get the football to start the second half of play. Nathan Bainey is the scheduled kicker, and he is going to be kicking it off for Greene County. First time we've seen him here tonight. Chase Regaller and Brayton Alford are the scheduled guys back deep, and it looks like that's who it is for the Tigers. Regaller fields it, hands it off to Alford on the reverse. He's got some running room, splits a tackle, and it's going to be wrapped up and brought down by Bainey. And that is going to be out at around the 42-yard line. And I don't know if they do it in today's society, Jerry, but I will say that we would have teased him getting tackled by the kicker back in our day.
I don't know if it's the same at this level, but I tell you what, they're going to have a penalty there. It's most likely a block on the back or a hold. Oh, that's a shame. That's going to cost us about 30 yards in field position, if not more.
Yeah, they should have had it out at the 42. So Regaller caught it over here on the left side. Alford comes streaking in behind him. They just ran a little kind of reverse on that kickoff, but the ball got to be spotted back at the 12. So you said about 30 yards. It's going to be about 30 yards with that penalty. So that is huge, as the Tigers would have had a great field position. I thought he had a chance to break it. I'm just teasing Brayton. He's much more athletic than I ever was.
He had a good chance of breaking that.
Tigers will come out of the shotgun. Ludwig lines up to the left. Two wide receivers out here to the left side, and we're going to get some movement before the snap.
I think that's going to be encroachment.
Against Greene County.
On Greene County. They just got a little excited.
Neutral zone infraction is what I just heard the official say, and that'll be the 7th penalty of the night for Greene County, and it's going to be first down and 5 for the Tigers. Sun beginning to set here completely, so the light's really taking an impact. You start to notice the stadium looks great in the sunlight, but you start to notice how beautiful it is in the lights as well.
Yeah, it is. If you see a view and then they have pictures of it from above, and boy, it looks nice.
Carter Essick will hand it off. Ludwig hit in the backfield, and he is going to be dropped for a loss on the play. Getting in there that time for Greene County was number 66, Michael Rumley. So he'll make a tackle for a loss, and that's going to be back at around looks like at around the 13-yard line, a loss of about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up second down at about 8 to go. Tigers going the wrong direction here as we start this second half of play.
It's always good to get at least one first down, just thinking field position, especially when you start back where we did there. So it's important. It's when you start 1st and 5.
They'll fake the jet sweep. Essick now rolls out. Ludwig goes out, picks up a block. He'll get the corner, and he's going to get the first down out past the 25, out near the 26. That's what they'll give him, a gain out to the 26-yard line, a pickup of 12. I think they're going to actually mark him at the 27, so a pickup of 13 on the play that time for Carter Essick. Second time tonight that he has scrambled for 13 yards. He's now got 27 yards on 3 carries here on the night.
Well, that was a big play for him to get that gain, and these both quarterbacks are having great games this evening.
Essick out of the shotgun. Cooper Ludwig lines up to his left. They'll snap it, hand it off to Ludwig up the middle, cuts it back towards the left, then back up the middle, breaks a tackle and fights his way out past the 40, out near the 43-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 16 on the play. And that gives him now unofficially 14 carries for 99 yards.
Well, that's a great game. Even if he doesn't gain another play, he's had a great game on offense.
Ball over here on the left hash mark. Tigers will split 3 wide receivers. Maddox White out here wide to the left. Alford as well to the left, kind of in the middle. Ludwig slides up to the left of Essick. Essick going to keep it on the quarterback run. He's got some gain yards right up the middle. Really good blocking up front for the Tigers. And now we've got a late flag coming in. Tackle going to be made down around the 43, so a 14-yard gain for Essick. And we could maybe have more added on after this one, as we might have had a little extracurricular action here in the game.
I don't know. He might have had a face mask. Let's see here. Nope, it's a late hit, basically.
Personal foul, late hit. And it looks like Essick saying that they hit him in the head. So that's what he is saying, is that he just put the old fist to the helmet thing and stuff. So, and I thought maybe they had got him as he was just down on the ground. So that'll spot the ball down to the 29-yard line. 10-15 remaining here in the first half of play. So Carroll started off losing a couple of yards after that big penalty on the kickoff to open up the second half. Now are in striking distance here with Essick out of the shotgun. He's going to drop back, looks to throw. He's got it down the middle, and a nice catch down the middle that time for Brayton Alford. And he'll make the catch down at around the 17-yard line, a pickup of 12. Going to move the chains for the Carroll Tigers. Not throwing it a lot, but throwing it very effectively here tonight are the Tigers.
Really are, and that was a great play right down the middle, and Alford's speed came in there and got him that first down, because he just broke in. They didn't realize he was going to cut in as fast as he did.
Jeff Storyhan in the house here tonight, taking pictures for us. They'll be up either on Jeannie Kirchhoff's Facebook page or the Mackey Motors Facebook page, along with the Carroll Broadcasting CB Sports Network Facebook pages. We'll get them up on the website as well. Tigers roll out, ball across the middle. Outstanding catch for Alford. Jumped up into the air, and did he squeeze it in? He didn't. It was Evan Hammer that pulled it down. Or no, hold on here. Was that Regaller? I think 34. It was intended for Alford. Alford, I thought Jerry got it with one hand and pulled it in, but then all of a sudden when they handed it to the official, it was Chase Alford who was handing the ball to the official. It was in the far side of the field.
I'm anxious to see a replay of that.
Yes.
We'll see it now, but it was hard to tell what happened, but it was a great play. They were wide open right on the goal line. I'm going to say they, because they were both right there.
So the Tigers going to go for 2, and they are going to get it. Taking it in is going to be a Ludwig. And the Carroll Tigers have extended the lead here. You wanted a quick one. They got a quick one. 9:23 remaining here in the third quarter. Tigers are now on top by a score of 14-0. We're back in 1 minute right here on 93.7. Excuse me, on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Carroll County.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
I had an idea of what I wanted going in. The selection was amazing.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
We had replayability. The kickoff that time by Polking. Going to be taken by Strennan at the 10. He'll return it straight up the middle, shoved one of his blockers out of the way, and he'll be wrapped up in it, driven backwards, but not before he gets out at around the 27-yard line. So that is where Greene County will have their first possession here of the second half. 9:15 remaining in this third quarter of play, and a really big opening drive for the Carroll Tigers, Jerry, to open up this second half.
Just what we needed to get this half started on the right track, and this puts a lot of pressure on Greene County here. And we used a lot of different weapons in that. And
Yeah.
the run, the pass, we just seem to have a balanced attack going against them. That's hard to when you don't know what's coming next. That helps a lot, and I think we have just a little bit more balance. We're showing more balance than Greene County is.
Ebersol out of the shotgun, empty backfield. They're going to try to keep it with him, and this time he is hit and dropped. Pressure coming right up the middle that time, and I think that was Regaler in there to make the tackle. Nope, that was 74, so that is Caleb Vanderheiden coming in from his defensive end position. Tackle back at the 26-yard line, a loss of 2 on the play for Ebersol.
We talked earlier about it. It just seems like every series that Greene County has, they have to start from a long because they get sacked in the backfield, and we're having some great plays. Our defensive line is dominating right now.
Ebersol again wanting to throw, this time going deep, and that time miscommunication. Hansen was cutting across the field, and Ebersol threw that one more down the sideline, and it'll fall incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. You get a stop here, and you punch another one in, and all of a sudden things get really scary, I think, if you're a Ram fan.
Yep. It's early in the second half, but you're definitely right. If we could score again, we don't want to be that optimistic because they still have the football, but this would be a great stop here to not give up even a first down.
Rams are going to put trips out to the left. They'll have Brock Stream as the tight end on the right side. Doherty in the slot right side now slides over to the left. Empty backfield for Ebersol. High snap. It goes up and gets it. Carroll comes with some pressure. He runs away from it, but he doesn't get away from Cooper Ludwig. And Ludwig will make the tackle at the 29-yard line. So that is going to be a gain of just 3. It'll bring up 4th down and 9 to go. And it's going to be another punting situation here for Greene County. Greene County's possessions here tonight: a fumble, a punt, a punt, a punt, a punt, and now if they punt it away here, and Ebersol's got a couple of close to 60-yarders here tonight, that'll be another punt for him here tonight. Chase Regaler is setting up back at around his own 33-yard line. High snap, pressure comes. It is a short one this time. That's a wobbler off the side of the foot. It'll take a Carroll Tiger bounce, now starting to take a Greene County bounce. It'll get into Carroll territory, and they'll mark it down at around the 46-yard line of the Carroll Tigers. So the Tigers catching a good break that time off of what definitely was not saying it was a bad punt, but his worst punt of the night.
Oh, by far, and he I guess you'd call it, he shanked that.
Yep.
That one. It was the first one that he had that was bad, and that gives us second possession with excellent field position again. Their possession.
East Sac County up now 12-6 on IK Manning in the third. Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, I'm fine. Go ahead. We'll start here with the
Tigers with the football. Essick out of the shotgun. Ludwig lines up to his left. Two wide receivers, Schleichman and Alford to your left. They'll hand it off to Ludwig up the middle. He's got a seam. Picks up a break. He's got the sideline, 35-30. Cuts back inside and going to be wrapped up and brought down at around the 21-yard line. A pickup at 26 on the play for Ludwig, who is slow getting up. And it could be just that he's hot and getting a little bit tired. He plays on both sides of the field.
He's fine.
I don't know if he's been out on a play besides maybe special teams here tonight. He is limping a little bit.
He is.
And so they are going to bring him out, and Maddox White will go in to replace him. I can't imagine Cooper being out for very long. They're going to get him. I think he's cramping up, and they're going to have to.
By now, that's going to start in here too.
Yep. Steve Schabel quickly over to look at him. Clock running here with 7:08 remaining. Tigers break the huddle down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Will they get the snap off? They do, and Essick's just going to run it straight up the middle, and he's going to get from the 21 down to the 20-yard line. I thought maybe they were a half second late getting that one off, Jerry, but luckily they got it off just in time.
I thought they would have to call a timeout there.
I did too. They broke the huddle with 5 seconds left and had to sprint up to the line of scrimmage.
I'm not sure if that was
Sioux Central. Sioux Central breaks the huddle and sprints up to the line.
I'm not sure that was the play they had called either.
No.
I think they just had no choice. They didn't have time to develop the play.
Alford and Schleichman split to the right. Regaler in the slot right side. Low snap. Essick goes down and gets it. Hardly anybody goes on the play. Now Essick having to scramble. Throws it across the middle. It is going to be complete inside the 10. Alford making the catch down around the 9-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 11 on the play. And Jerry, that was a weird one simply because the snap came and about half of the players didn't move.
No, they didn't know it was coming, and the whole play looked odd. He actually could have run that just as far, I think. You know, there wasn't anybody even covering over there.
Yep.
We have another injured player for Greene County, and he might also have a cramp.
Yeah, just by the way he's looking. He's sitting on his backside, and the coaches are coming out now. The trainers are coming out. 6:16 left. Tigers have it first and goal from the 9. We're almost through the third quarter. We'll step away, take a break, back in 30 seconds right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Classes as a freshman here. It gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here. And there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Welcome you back here as we come to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade and perform. Thanks to Stacy back in the studio monitoring things tonight. Don't forget our New Way Auto Group scoreboard show 10 to midnight here on KCIM and on Kick 106.7. Jeff Huddle, Tom Hawkamp, myself, when I get over there from the broadcast tonight. We'll have conversations with all 9 of our area football coaches. We'll talk to Austin Stolk, one of the co-head coaches from Arweva. Next week, it will be, of course, Isaac Schaefer's, the other head coach. Craig Rowetter, of course, will join us. And then we have the MC Country Cafe Coaches Show coming up tomorrow morning. We'll talk football with Coach Rowetter and Coach Steinkamp. We'll talk volleyball with Coach Wintermote and Coach Klink. We'll talk cross-country with Coach Nelson and talk girls swimming as well with Deb Danner. That'll be 8 to 9 o'clock right here on KCIM coming up tomorrow morning. So everything you need to know about week 1 of the high school football season, though, tonight on that New Way Auto Group scoreboard show. Tigers have it first and goal from the 9. Essick out of the shotgun. Quick pass out to Alford. Makes the first guy miss, cuts it back to the outside and slips a tackle, and then is brought down by Strennan at the 5. A gain of 4 on the play, and you can see the quickness and athleticism in Brayton Alford.
Well, yeah, and I don't know if maybe he even cramped up. That might be an injury too. I'm not sure, but he had to come. He took himself out of the game.
Yep, he's coming out limping a little bit, and you got to wonder.
Yeah.
And I asked Coach Rowetter, I says, if you talk to the guys about getting, making sure that they're hydrated throughout the week, and the comment was, and it's so true, you can tell high school kids, and you can tell them, and you can tell them whether or not they do it or not. That's kind of up to them. Yep. I remember being young. I drank way more soda pop than I probably should. We're going to get a timeout on the field called by the Carroll Tigers. 5:33 remaining. We're back in 30 seconds here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
For 70.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
I got to say it, Eric Noggle down there, of course, he's got that sucker in his mouth as he's, down there on the sideline. I did not know until Casey Miners told me. Casey played for him back when he was in high school. But Eric has a different sucker for each quarter, for every game.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so they've got a whole tub of suckers by the coach's office, I guess, back at school, and he brings 4 with him for the games. And he has one sucker for each quarter. So just one of those one of those little tidbits that you catch doing what I do. Eric's such a fun guy. I always enjoy talking with him. So it's fun to be able to pick on him. He'll get me right back. Tigers come out old wishbone formation here. Essick under center. First time we've seen it tonight, and they hand it off up the middle, and that one not going to work. Greene County was prepared. There's going to be a loss back to the 7 on the play. On the carry that time for the Tigers was Cole Miller. And Miller ends up losing a couple. There wasn't anything he could do because that play was blown up just as he got the ball.
I don't think we have a field goal kicker that we can use here.
Polking was pretty good last year, 2 of 2 on the year, 27 yards.
But they haven't gone for any extra point. They haven't kicked any extra points, so I've got to think maybe they feel their chances are better
going for 2
on offense. So from the 7-yard line, you can look for this to be, maybe a setup play on the first one. So they don't necessarily just have to pass it here.
And that is interesting you bring that up because we've got an injured Ram down on the field again. But Polking was 15 of 18 in PATs last year. So he does have that ability. And that was Strennan that was down, and now he is up, and he is going to hustle off of the field. So we should be able to get things going again here a little bit.
I have to think there's a lot of cramping going down. You can see, I can't see the number of the player.
That'd be 13, and that's Freeman.
Right.
Yep, from Greene County. He's down there right now trying to stretch out the calves as everybody over having some water. So, yeah, and you know what? Like I said, I wasn't trying to be hard on the kids earlier. I remember being that age. I know it was eons ago, but, everybody tells you, hey, you're going to cramp, drink a lot of water. You think you're drinking a lot of water as the week goes on, but it's probably not enough.
You have to start early. If you start a few hours before the game, you didn't
doesn't
do it.
Help you. No. Yep. I've learned since I started running again here about 5 years ago, and thank Brian Case for that. But helped me get back into shape. But, man, you got to keep yourself hydrated, and you got to do it well ahead of time. Essick out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, rolls out, passes intercepted. Outstanding interception that time, jumping up into the air and coming down with the interception that time was Gabe Ebersol. Ebersol that time, they had a guy open, Jerry, in the end zone, but it was a low throw, and Ebersol was only a couple of steps away from the quarterback and just jumped up and picked it off. So that is a huge, huge turnover for the Tigers.
That's gigantic because it keeps Carroll being ahead by three scores would have been tough to overcome, especially as this is progressing toward more and more fatigue for the players, and so it would have been really tough for Greene County to come back from 3 scores. Well, at least we got them deep in their own territory, so hope we can go and have a great defensive stand again and get the ball back soon here.
3rd turnover of the game, 2nd tonight for the Carroll Tigers, but they're still up 14-0. Rams have it 1st and 10 at their own 9. They turn, they hand it off to Nick Stream up the middle, just a little dive play to the tailback. He'll get from the 9 to the 12, his 2nd carry here tonight, and it's going to bring up 2nd down. We'll call it 8 yards to go.
Back in an I formation again.
Now turn. They hand it off again, this time to the fullback, and that time they found some running room out to the 21-yard line. A pickup of 9 on the play. Sorry, folks, I got a little distracted. Nathan Coates texted me. I thought it was something important for work, but he actually confused me as a Doherty on the carry. So you're going to have to explain to me, Nathan, if you're listening, and do it after the game, but let me know what you meant by that text, because I'm totally confused. Could be that I'm a little older.
Well, we have another cramped player out there, so you have plenty of time to read that text if you'd like to.
Well, it says your starting lineups when you played included. I get it now that I have time to really focus. And he's talking about how old I am, that T-Rexes and stuff were playing back. But now I get it. I wasn't totally focused on it when I read it the first time. So I think what he's saying is that I'm really old, Jerry.
Well, considering who you're doing this game with, I don't think you have much to complain about.
No, probably not. But I will just say this to Nathan, and I know he's listening now means he texted me. I might have played back with the T-Rexes, and before they had helmets,
there you go.
I'm still going to beat you in the 100-meter dash.
We have just a minute here, and I want to go back to one of your quotes.
Yes.
Okay? Since we have just a little bit of time here, and we were talking about that I had been officiating for 40 years.
Yes.
I want to know how many years you've said this very line. I wrote it down if you remember saying it. You said Harlan is going to be really tough. Okay? How many years have you said that?
I've been alive 53, 40? So 50. Well, as long as I'm going to say 51 years, because I probably wasn't speaking for the first couple of years. Ebersol drops back. He throws it deep. He's got Hansen down there. Double coverage, and it is picked off. The Tigers get the interception. Maddox White on the return. He's got the sideline down to the 30, and he's going to be stepping out of bounds. And actually, that is Matt Collison, number 2 on the interception. And the Tigers will get it all the way down inside the Ram 25. But we do have a flag at the 29-yard line.
It's usually against the team that's running the ball back. We'll see here. It is blocking the back.
Yeah, and that is usually what it is. And the problem is it's laying at the 29. So instead of getting the ball down inside the 20, the Tigers are going to get it out beyond the 30-yard line. So
it's a 39 here. They'll step off 10 yards from where the flag occurred.
So out to the 40. So they must have thought the flag.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, they must have thought the flag was supposed to be at the 30, and it ended up at the 29.
I'm sure they know what they were doing.
Do you know this crew at all?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not. So I can say whatever I want.
We're having a little fun with you here tonight, folks. Opening night of the high school football season. Carroll up 14-0. 3:58 remaining. Tigers are going to split out Maddox White out here to the left along with Alford. Essick in the backfield. Also in the backfield with him is Christian Taylor. Taylor 10 carries, 49 yards a year ago, and now Carroll running out another player late, so they're going to have to call a timeout. So Ludwig still not back out there, at least on the offensive side. I can see him down here on the sidelines walking around without his helmet on, but still has all the rest of his pads on. So we'll see if they even look to put him back into this game, if Carroll can maintain the advantage. But timeout on the field will step away. Back in 30 seconds here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Mike and Jerry Fleshner with you here tonight. Jerry, we've got to decide a Motor Inn player of the game coming up in the post game tonight. You starting to think about anybody?
Actually, I really was. I didn't know for sure that we had that coming up, but I did start to kind of think about it here.
Okay.
So.
And we've been doing that for a long, long time, that player of the game. That was shortly after I started here 20 years ago. Hand off to Taylor up the middle, and he squirts his way through. Nice run off of the right side. Did the ball come loose? It did.
Yep.
The Tigers will jump on top of it back at the 36-yard line, and pouncing on that one that time looked like Max Olberding, the center, number 75, jumped on that one. So it'll be a 4-yard gain technically for Olberding and stuff, and a fumble on the play that time, but not a lost fumble to bring up 2nd and 6.
Fortunately, not a lost fumble, but he did lose a few yards with that fumble, because it would have been a short 2nd down and short, but he did gain 4 yards, and I didn't see the ball come out.
I just saw a player dive on something, and that's when I saw the official go back to where he was at.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation again, and now we've got a whistle coming from the Greene County sideline, and it looks like we're going to have an official's timeout maybe. And nope, now they're going to point towards Greene County, so Greene County calling a timeout. So this third quarter has taken a little bit of time here. 3:10 left to go here in the third quarter. We'll step away. We're going to take a break. We're back in 30 seconds here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM KCIM. Tigers leading Greene County by a score of 14-0.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
With the year 1380 AM, 95.1 FM KCM. In the third quarter of play, Carroll up right now on Greene County at 14-0. They face a 2nd and 6 from the Ram 36-yard line. Thanks to Stacy back in the studio again, monitoring things here tonight. Again, thanks to Will Miners. He's running our video broadcast, which you can watch and listen to the game on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. So just go to YouTube and search for CB Sports Network. You can bring up the broadcast and watch and listen to it. And that, of course, is powered by New Way Auto Group in Coon Rapids. Snap back to Essick. He's going to throw it out, complete to Alford. And it just slips out of the first guy's tackle, but able to bring him down on the play that time was number 28, Hartman, Phoenix Hartman. But he'll gain some yardage, gets from down to about the 32-yard line, so a pickup of about 4 on the play, going to bring up 3rd down and a manageable 2. They might be in a situation here where they can go for it.
They probably would if they still have just 2 yards or less. I don't think they would punt from this close.
Essick again out of the shotgun. He's got one runner in the backfield with him. They're going to hand the football off, and sliding for about a 1-yard gain was Carter Smith. Smith coming in at the tailback position that time, gets his first carry here of the ball game. And he is going to pick up a yard. It'll bring up 4th down now and 1 to go. And again, Cooper Ludwig down here walking around fine. He's drinking some water. You just got to wonder, with a 14-0 lead, with Greene County struggling a little bit to move the football against this Tiger defense, if you see Cooper Ludwig even come back into the ballgame, if the Tigers can hold on to this 2-score lead. Essick going to keep it. He's got the first down and more right up the middle. Breaks a tackle, slides through a couple of more, drags guys with him down inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line, to pick up of 19 on the play. And that brings me back to a comment that Coach Rowetter said to me in the pregame, and that is that Gabe's not the bigger, Carter's not the biggest guy, 6'1", 180, but he runs really physical, and you saw it there.
He does, and I don't know how he just squirts through the smallest of holes.
Yep.
Surprising. It didn't look like there was anything there. I thought he was going to get maybe a yard. He was just running for the first down. He got up there and made, 17?
Yep, 19 on the play. Yep. So 1st and 10 now from the 12. Now, and that time it looked like they wanted to hand it off or fake it. It looked like maybe kind of a read option, and it looked like that time that Smith and Essick ran into each other, and so
they
no
did, and
gain on the play.
It cost them a little bit of success on the play. Now boy, we have a lot of players out there that are showing it, including Essick. He's tired too. He's bent down.
Tate Fleischman helps to bring in the play.
He just had that long run, and I actually think he's cramping from that now, too. And that's definitely why Cooper Ludwig's out of the game, because you see him working his legs.
Yep. Regaler over talking with him right now. Essick out of the shotgun, wants to throw, throws it out into the flat, and it is going to be complete. Making the catch out there is Michael Rowetter. Rowetter going to get down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 on the play. 9th play of the drive coming up here for the Tigers.
We're right back where we were before, third down inside the 10. Be nice to get this first. It's not 3rd and goal, but it's 3rd and about 6, so we could get a first down here. Yeah. I expect them to run 2 plays again.
Yeah,
like
but
they did before.
We'll have to wait for the 4th quarter to see it. Tigers lead at 14-0. We are through 3 quarters of play. 4th quarter, 1 minute away. Right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCM. Carroll 14, Greene County nothing.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
We head here to the 4th quarter on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM. Jeff Blank and Jerry Fleshner with you again. Tigers will have it 3rd and 6 from the Ram 8-yard line as we head to the 4th quarter. Jerry, you just got a text. Speaking of a local guy here, Blaze Gunnarsson, even though he's a Kemper Knight grad, it looks like he's going to get a start maybe against Minnesota. Yep. So
starting at defensive end.
Yep. So we wish him the best of luck, as everybody that knows me or has listened to me. I'm a Husker fan, so I'm praying for Blaze to have an outstanding season and make all Big Ten. He's a great young man. Snap, Essick wants to throw across the middle. It is caught by Hammer. Is it in? Touchdown! Tigers extended to 20-14 on the touchdown pass to Evan Hammer. So Hammer takes it in on that catch. Had to go up to get it, but was able to go up and get it. And the Tigers extend the lead here on the first play of the 4th quarter.
Well, now we have 2 injured players out there, 1 for each team. I can't see who it is, but it's getting tough out there.
It is. And I will say on my latest tweet here that I did mention in there that both teams beginning to show the impact of the heat out there and cramps and everything you're having. And that's Hammer, who just made the catch that is coming down.
I hope that is just a cramp. I hope for both kids that's all it is.
Yeah, and just the way he's kind of running off, it looks like one. And the other thing is that you see Taden Peterson down here on the sidelines has already got the Gatorade, and he's holding it up to the crowd, looking at the crowd as he's sprinting down the Hammer. So I think that was his indication, telling everybody, I'm going to bring him Gatorade. So. Right.
Well, that's a terrific score to have. I mean, that puts us in the, I'm going to say, in the driver's seat for now. I mean, up 3 scores with just 1 quarter to go. Although this second half's gone a lot slower than the first, I'll say that.
Yes, I would certainly agree. Yeah, we've had more water timeouts and we've had more cramps and we've had more of those delays here. And, both teams have used 3 timeouts here so far. So Greene County with 2 left, Carroll with just 1 left. Tigers are going to go for 2 again. Essick. Now they'll bring everybody that started kind of with that swinging gate look. Now they're going to bring Polking in, who had lined up split to the left, and he is going to kick the extra point. The play clock is down to 5. They'll snap it. We've got a flag on the play. The kick is up. It is no good.
I think they called that. That was a dead ball foul.
Yep, and it's going to go against the Carroll Tigers. Right. So we'll see if they give him another chance.
There won't be an option here. They're going to step off the 5 yards. They can't decline this. I mean, well, they could, but it would just be.
And I'm wondering if Carroll. Oh, they look like they did decline it.
Called a false start.
Yep.
Extra point, no good.
So the extra point, no good, and that's going to leave it here at 20-0. We'll step away. We'll try to figure it out. We're back in 1 minute here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Outdoor Power has the industry's best from Polaris and Can-Am. First, you gotta get.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Greene Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
What he kicked it a little bit short. I was so he kicked it a little bit high, but also short. They made about a 10. It kicked it down to about the 20. So that was just about a 10-yard return on that play.
So
it wasn't out of bounds.
Okay, ball out to the 32. So, sorry, folks, I was looking down at the tweet that I was sending out. And
that's what I'm here for.
Yes, and I appreciate that. They came back quicker than I expected they would. I was still tweeting, and all of a sudden I look up, and I'm like, oh, they already kicked it off.
Yeah, you young whippersnappers and your phones.
I got a laptop here. I can't use my phone that quickly. Quick pass out to Hansen in the flat. He is going to be wrapped up. Jerry, they've done a really nice job against him here tonight. He's an outstanding football player. He's going to pick up 2 on that completion, but that is just his 4th catch tonight, and they've held him to just 40 yards.
I thought early in the game that he was going to be a real factor, but our defense has come back and really done well in containment on him.
Get you a quick update here on that Audubon game. Caminita now up 38-12 late in the 3rd quarter in that ball game. Rams will have 2 wide receivers out to the right. Tight end on the left side. Guy in the slot is Doherty on the left side. Ebersol looks to throw. It is complete out into the flat, and slipping a tackle and picking up the first down is Hansen. He'll get from the 34 out to around the 43-yard line, a pickup of 9 on the play, and that will move the chains for the Rams. And I think right now, if you're Carroll, you'll let those completions happen. Not that you don't want to get the stops, but as long as you keep them in front of you,
exactly, because time's a big factor here already. Especially the way the clock rolls in the new game. So if this takes a sustained drive.
Ebersol hands it off this time. Nope, doesn't. Keeps it, and he is going to be hit and dropped back at the 41-yard line. A loss, 2 on the play. And Carroll's done a much better job against him here in the second half. And we've got another injured Ram, and I think another cramp out on the field right now for Greene County. And I'll tell you what, we're going to see more of this next week. They're talking for some cooler weather, mid part of the week, but then going to be extremely hot again, up to around 90 again by the weekend and by Friday of next week, unless that weather forecast changes. So
at 90 I can stand it. That's 102 that.
Yep. Yeah.
But I don't know. I've lost track of how many. I started keeping track. I think that's his number 5, the 5th player that has been stopped for an injury, and the injury was a cramp.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference from this. It wasn't happening all in the second half, but it's definitely a factor here.
I'm trying to gauge the number when he gets up over there. Getting up slowly, 68. But getting up is Keegan Lawrence, number 68, and he's going to be helped off the field a little bit. It is a cramp. but he's walking a little gingerly over there with that cramp right now. So Exire Elkhorn Kimballton rallying back. 3:01 left in the third quarter. It's now 34-30. Arweva with the lead. And again, that one over in West Side here tonight. So thanks to Janine Cook for that update. Ebersol out of the shotgun. 2nd and 13 for the Rams. Wants to throw again. Looking for the deep ball and really good coverage that time. And on the coverage was Matt Collison. And I won't say again that he got all of his talent from Mom. I've said that a couple of times here tonight. So we'll give Pete a little credit on that one.
On his
yes.
own.
Yeah, some of it's on his own.
They
there
say
you go.
50% nature, 50% nurture.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, I can remember back when Gus was playing and playing basketball,
Sure.
and Pete would be sitting across the gym, and I'd make a comment like that, and then eventually I'd look over there, and he'd just be shaking his head. Pete's a good guy. He takes probably more guff from me than he probably should.
Here comes a big third down here again, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, out of the shotgun. They'll look to throw, and it is behind Strennan. Thrown incomplete coverage on the play that time by Maddox White. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. And Ebersol now 9 of 19 for just 56 yards here on the night. So they've held him to just over 6 yards per completion here tonight.
I didn't see that coming earlier in the game. Our defense is clearly adjusted. And I kept being a little bit concerned because we were man-and-man coverage on all those. They keep running 3 split wide on the same side. And every time we were just doing man for man with them. Didn't have an extra every person over there or anything. And that's actually why we're stopping them in the backfield, because we're not sacrificing somebody to cover those receivers.
Rams are going to go for it here on 4th down. Ebersol scrambles. He is wrapped and brought down, trying to catch the number of who got him out there. And a nice sack that time made by the Carroll Tigers, and that is Justin Reesberg getting in there for the sack here late in the ballgame. So the Tigers come up with a hold on downs, and they will take over with 10:04 left in the football game. And they're going to have it for the first time tonight. They will have it in Ram territory to start a drive.
Is this the first punt, non-punt, other than their turnover?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, for both teams. If it hasn't been a touchdown, it's either been a turnover or a punt. So, yeah, so that's the first turnover on downs.
Greene County, every time other than their first turnover, is punted.
Yep. So Asic out of the shotgun looking to run it. He's got a blocker out in front, and that is Christian Taylor. And Ebersol with a nice run gets down inside the 25, down to around the 23-yard line. Pickup of 17 on the play. 8 carries, 78 yards for him. And I will be honest, I was leaning Cooper Ludwig early in the game for my player of the game.
I know.
Asic kind of putting himself into this mix.
I was going to take a look at your stats there, which I'm not keeping, but you are doing a good job of. And I kind of wondered if maybe things weren't swinging his way.
Yeah.
Because he's had some good runs.
Yeah.
And one more cramp again for Greene County.
Yeah, I wish I had tackle stats. I don't keep those, but Coop, with Coop playing defense, he's probably got a few.
I was leading his way just because he was also a factor on defense.
Yep.
You know, but I don't know.
Yeah, I will say this: it's going to be a little harder decision now than maybe it was a quarter ago.
Same here.
Got a quick update here for you. It looks like Kemper up 19-14 now, late in the third quarter over on Kick 106.7. 9:30 left in this one, 20-0. Carroll with the lead, and a bunch of flags coming out. I will never say that we haven't had many flags again, because it has been a lot of flags since then. Yep. Delay a game on the Tigers, and that'll cost them 5. So it'll bring up 1st down and 15. I've got them for 4 penalties here tonight. Greene County for 8. And we've had a few that have been declined here tonight. So plenty of them here late in this game. But our game right now, the Kemper game just going into the 4th quarter. Some of our other games still in the 3rd. So
didn't you say it was late in the 3rd for the Kemper game?
Yes, it was. Yep, just ended the 3rd now. Yep, I thought it was late in the 3rd, but just ended the 3rd. Yep.
We have to imagine they have. It's not any cooler there.
No.
So
Asick going to keep it on the quarterback. Jet sweep. We've got flags on the play. He's going to go in for the touchdown after breaking a couple of tackles at around the 8-yard line. But 2 flags coming in, and we're probably going to get a hold or a block in the back. It's going to be a hold on the Carroll Tigers, and that's going to bring that touchdown back. And
that's one long return.
Yep.
And 1 touchdown that's been called back for penalties. Of course, I always say, there's a reason they gain that many yards if someone's holding.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Couple of updates here. South Central Calhoun up 26-14 on Pocahontas area. End of the 3rd. Audubon now trailing Caminita 36-12. That one at the end of the 3rd quarter there as well. And Jerry, you're a longtime official, as we said, talked about that earlier. 40 years you've been out officiating games. You always hear the comment, there's a hold on every play, but you can't call every one. Yeah.
We have had games, and this is a true story, where a coach has said they're holding, and we say, give us a number. Who's holding? And he says, all of them. True story, all of them. Yeah.
I believe it. Tigers will hand it off to Christian Taylor, and he's just wrapping it up with 2 hands. He'll get from the 31 down to the 29-yard line, a pickup of 2 on the play for Taylor.
It's almost every play now we're having to stop for these cramps. It's getting a little bit out of hand.
Yep. Yeah,
understandable, but I imagine the game you're talking about, Kemper, would it be any different? They're probably doing the same thing.
And my guess is that's probably the reason why everybody's game, for the most part, most of the games seem to be behind this one, and going a little longer than what they probably normally would. I will say I had the discussion with several of the football coaches in the area this week as we're interviewing them. As everybody knows, we talk to all of our coaches every single week.
By the way on that.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Thank you. It's just a nice way to be able to kind of promote the games that are coming up. But I mentioned it off record with all of them, or not off record, but not part of the interview, just the conversation we were having. I says, we had 2 cross-country meets, 2 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Thursday, all wiped off the docket because of the heat. I says, everybody says that this heat wave, this heat index stuff's going to break by Friday. If it's 115 with the heat index on Friday, do they play football games on Friday night? If you can't run a cross-country meet.
That's a good. I've never seen it happen, of course, because the games are at night, so generally the temperature goes down. But
there was some teams that kicked at 7:30.
Right.
Yep.
There were games that delayed. There was somebody canceled until Saturday.
Yep.
I can't remember where, but.
It would have been hard to find officials if you move every game to Saturday. I don't know what else you do. You know what I mean?
I wondered that when I heard that they rescheduled for Saturday, because I have had that happen myself. And you plan on Friday night, and then all of a sudden, I've had we had a rain game one time.
Yeah, was that over in Denison with Carroll and Denison?
Yes.
Were you a part of that crew?
It was Storm Lake, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it was Denison. You're right.
Yeah. Tigers split out to 2 to the left. It looks like Collison and Heisterkamp. They'll snap it back to Asick. He's going to roll out. Pressure comes. Hit as he throws it, and it's going to be over the intended receiver's head. That'll stop the clock with 8:23 left here in the football game. Tigers are going to have it 3rd down and 18 to go. So, yeah, I just thought it was an interesting question, because I'm sitting here going, if you can't run cross country, how do you put kids in pads? I know it's I know football's played 2 hours later a lot of times. Cross country started at 5 o'clock, but if the
typically it just cools off in the evening. But this weather has been different than that. It doesn't cool off. It's 102 degrees yet at 6 o'clock at night, and I don't think they would have played.
Yeah, I'm glad that it broke and it cooled down. Yep, we're going to get another flag. Tigers are going to run it, and they're going to pick up a 1st down and pick up a touchdown, but more than likely a touchdown run from Edric Heisterkamp is not going to count. A legal shift going to go against the Tigers. And this is the other thing, when you get injuries and you get subs in and you get guys in different positions, and this is kind of what you end up seeing here in the game.
It's unfortunate, because we're kind of trying to run this clock out.
Yep. Harlan now 20-12 with 11 minutes left to go against Lewis Central tonight.
That, I imagine, would be a big win for either team. In
yes.
That one. It's a great rivalry for those two teams down there.
Yep. So Schleichman and Alford going to split out to the left. Essick out of the shotgun. He's got a running back to his left. That looks like Taylor, number 10, and it is. They're going to look to throw again. They'll roll out, going to throw it deep. He's got a man down there, but well over the head of his intended receiver down there in Trey Tassel. It'll fall incomplete, and it'll be 4th down for the Tigers. I'd almost think that you're not really in a situation to punt here.
No, I think they'll just go for it again. They'll have to pass. There's no reason not to pass. I actually thought they should have run there on 3rd down just to get another 40 seconds off the clock.
Well, and that was going to be my question. Is you're up 20-0? Are you? Is it start the time to run the clock a little?
I thought so in that case, just because. You're talking at 8:14. They could have had this down into the 7-minute range.
Yep.
And the likelihood of getting a first down when you're 3rd and 20 is pretty small. So I thought this play they'll probably pass because it won't.
Yeah.
It won't matter. It'll stop either way.
Yep, it'll stop either way. And now the Tigers are going to call a timeout. That'll be Carroll's last timeout. We'll step away with them. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM KCM. Tigers lead it 20-0.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Greene Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
Not running our video coverage tonight, powered by a New Way Auto Group. Find it at CB's. To Stacy back in the studio monitoring things here tonight. Thanks to Tom Hawkap and Jeff Hunnell. They're back handling the New Way Auto Group scoreboard show tonight early on. I'll help out when I get back there tonight. And looking forward to that. Hopefully by 10 o'clock we'll have this one over with. We were in good shape a little while ago, but
I think we're still okay.
Yeah. 4th down for the Tigers. They're going to chuck it deep, and we're going to get, I think, yep, there comes the late flag. I was thinking maybe incidental contact because the feet got tangled up.
That's what I was expecting, actually, but they did call passing, and that will definitely be against Greene County. It won't be on the offense.
No, but it'll bring up 4th and 5, so a much more manageable 4th down for the Tigers. It won't be the automatic first down. I got to give a shout out to one of your former partners. I did say one time as I was doing a game that it was an automatic first down on that interference. Again, and Dan Pomeroy did text me to correct me.
It is. That's another one of those college versus high school. People tend to see more college football, and they think that direction. So.
Yeah, you would think with as many years as I've done this, though, that I wouldn't have made that mistake.
Well, no. You're just as perfect as every coach and every referee are.
I'm not perfect by any means, I'll tell you that.
Okay, now you have the option of running this play from here from 4th and 6, although I
got to spot it down at around the 19-yard line, so it'll actually be 4th and 7 for the Tigers. 8:07 remaining in this one. Schleichman, Alford split out to the left. Essick out of the shotgun. And now we've got movement by Carroll. Again. Yep, a movement by the Tigers that time. I don't know if they knew what the snap count was because about 3 different guys went on that one. So that is going to now make it 4th down and 12 for the Tigers. And we had a game that didn't have many penalties. We're going to end up with
plenty.
Right now, we're going to end up near 200 yards in penalty yardage, and we're going to end up close to 20 penalties if things continue here. We had like 4.
Don't look at me.
I know. It's all on me. We had 4.
You knew it right away.
That's what I said. The 23 years of doing this, you think I'd have learned by now. I apologize to everybody out there listening. You have to listen to me longer because.
Have you ever said the game's in the bag and been wrong on that one?
No, that
Thank
I
goodness.
have not done. That one I have not done. Tigers with it 4th and 12 again from the 24 of Greene County. They're going to look to throw. Got Alford down the middle. It's over his head, incomplete. Strennan had a shot at it, but wisely left it fall incomplete. That'll gain Greene County technically 4 yards because they would have gotten it at the 20 if he'd have caught it in the end zone, but they're going to get it at their own 24-yard line. So they'll have it with 8:02 remaining, and more than likely they're going to come out and probably look to throw it.
They will have to. I mean, you can't say this game is over if they had one of those long plays again.
Yep, they could get right back into it. Update here, it looks like 38-34. Xavier Elkhorn-Kimballton has rallied back to take the lead.
It's a great game.
Esac up 15-13 on Ike Manning on a 42-yard field goal with 6:22 left. That is a great kick at the high school level. Ebersol out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap, wants to throw. Throws it out into the flat, and that one is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Brockstream, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And we got a big cheer from the Carroll student section on that one. Not for sure what that is. Yeah, or something else.
Let's see, they got...
Great student section
it
here,
is.
though, tonight.
Got real active over there.
Greene County going to split Hanson out here to the left. That's the short side of the field. 2 guys out to the right side. They're going to throw out here to the flat, complete to Hanson. He'll slip the first tackle that time, trying to be made by Matt Collison, and he'll be knocked it down and knocked out of bounds out at around the 33-yard line. A pickup of 9 on the play. He's now got 6 catches for 58 yards. Unofficially, Ebersol now 10 of 21 for 65 yards here on the night. 2 wide receivers out to the right, actually 3. Stream, Hanson. I can't quite see the number of the other guy. Doherty now in motion from left to right into the slot. Ebersol out of the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right. Wants to go deep. He's going deep for Hanson, and that one well out of bounds. Good coverage that time. Heisterkamp has done a nice job defensively out there, and I'm going to have to ask him. He might be a Nebraska fan. He just threw the bones. I don't know if you know what that is.
I have no idea.
The Nebraska, the thing back, especially when we were good, and I'm living in the 90s, folks, but they would throw the bones and, put the arms together.
Very sporting.
Yes, so, at least we're not gambling, right?
That's right. Yeah, none of those other teams have that going on, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll happen. I know it well. I just had to say it. Ebersol out of the shotgun, 4th and 1, 7:15 remaining in this one. Again, Carroll up 20-0. Trips out here to the left. And they're going to run it with Ebersol, and he will pick up the first down and more. He is going to be knocked out of bounds out past the 45, where they're going to mark him out at. Looks like at the 44-yard line. So a pickup of 11 on the play for him. And that is going to be his 11th carry. He's getting up around 100 yards in this one here tonight, but that'll stop the clock as they move the chains. 7:07 remaining in this one. Again, our Mackey Motors postgame show coming up following the conclusion of this game. A lot of cramping going on right now over at the game in West Side as well here tonight. Just hearing from somebody on that. Ebersol again wanting to throw. That one is going to fall incomplete.
You know, when you think about it, an 8-man game is even tougher.
Those guys don't get a break.
Typically, they're playing both ways. Everybody is, for starters, but also there's usually more scoring, usually more running. I mean, it's just the way that game is played with the more wide open. I think you would have more cramping and injury, well, not injuries, but certainly anything. Physically, it's a tough game to play.
Crew Connor splits out here to the left, Hanson to the right. Ebersol out of the shotgun, takes the snap, wants to throw. It is complete to Hanson, and he's going to get himself knocked out of bounds, but again, it's going to pick up enough for a first down to the Tiger 46-yard line. So a pickup of about 11 on the play on that one.
They're kind of running a kind of successful 2-minute drill here.
Yes, they are.
These are all passes on, and they're doing a good job of it because they're getting out of bounds.
Yep, the clock's stopping after every play. Yeah.
We definitely need to make a stop. You can't call this game yet for sure.
Bishop Heelan 22-19 with 4:46 to go as they take the lead. Now they fumble the football, and Stream able to dive on it. Nearly coming up with that one for Carroll was Heisterkamp. He almost got on top of that one. But that'll keep the clock running, and it's going to bring up second down and long as they'll spot it back at the 47-yard line. So a loss of 7 on the play that time for Greene County. So that one, a snap that Ebersol didn't get. It kind of went in between him and Stream, and
they're lucky to get that ball back.
Yes, they are. So 20-18 now in favor of Harlan down in their game against Lewis Central tonight. And again, we've got movement up front. Yep, movement, about 4 or 5 guys, and Connor was out here. He was about 5 yards into his pattern when the whistle blew. So
they're having a problem with the snap count here.
Yep.
I don't know how many you have for this same call.
I don't keep what each one of them are.
But if they're all 5-yarders, they're almost likely that. So, well,
7 5-yard penalties. Yep. Rams come out 2nd and 22 now. Shotgun formation. They'll snap it back to Ebersol. Pressure comes, and he is going to be sacked. 3rd sack of the ball game here for the Carroll Tigers. Coming up with that one there. Looks to be Gavin Holt. So Gavin Holt with the sack. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 26 for Greene County.
Yeah, we have Brayton Alford coming out of the game. I wonder if he's...
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see many, if any, of the starters the rest of the game.
He was limping a little bit before, too. It's just, it's nothing permanent, that's for sure, with any of these guys.
Shotgun formation again. Ebersol wants to throw it. They run the little screen out to to Nick Stream. He'll make the catch. He's going to be tackled out at around the 47-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 9. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 17 or so to go. So things beginning to kind of wind down. I have a feeling if you're Greene County, you don't score on this possession.
Well,
it's pretty much over at that point. And if you're Carroll, more than likely you get it. You probably run the football a little bit and try to keep the clock running. Yep.
Greene County's only got 2 more timeouts left. They can only. It's tough for teams to. It's just tough to come back from 3 scores with 4 minutes to go, no matter what you say.
Ebersol looking to go deep. He's got a man down there, and it's dropped by Stream at the 30. Would have been enough for the first down. He had Heisterkamp cut in front of him and jump. That may have distracted him a little bit, but it'll fall incomplete. And it's going to bring up 1st down and 10 on the turnover on down. So the last 3 possessions here of the ballgame have all been turnovers on downs, and Carroll will take over at the Greene County 47-yard line with 4:15 remaining in this one, and it will be 1st down and 10 for the Tigers. So what looks like, Jerry, a nice win for Carroll against a really good ball club here in Greene County.
This was a super way to start the season for Carroll. Against a team that I think did a good job.
Yeah. Greene County's going to win a lot of games this year.
I think so too. I'll be surprised if we don't run the football this time. Every play.
And Essick out there, some new faces and new numbers out on the field with him, and I think right now he's trying to get everybody in position. Heisterkamp in the slot over here on the right side. Then they're going to put him at the tight end position. They do have Tate Schleichman over here to the right. The ball is loose, and Greene County is going to fall on it, so the Rams will get it back here. Gavin Sharman will fall on the loose football. And things have gotten ugly, sloppy.
Yes, it really did. I just think the kids are tired.
Yep.
They really are.
Yep.
It shows.
You can't blame them, fault them with this hot as it's been all week, and then hot again here tonight. That's just kind of the way things have gone here. You know. So the Rams will have it first down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. And you mentioned it earlier, we don't know what it's like out there for them. We're sitting in an air-conditioned press box here.
Yeah, I don't know what they're complaining about.
Got a group of young kids down here keep waving at us, so we're telling them hello and we get the chance. Ebersol out of the shotgun again, wants to throw. It is complete to Strennan. And he is going to be wrapped up. Keep him in bounds. Absolutely. Tackle made down at around the 47 of the Tigers. That'll be a 5-yard gain. Greene County now, I've got him 12 of 26 here in the ballgame. Throwing the football, so they have thrown it a lot.
For a high school team.
Yep. But you kind of got to expect that and stuff with the fact that they've been behind, especially here in the second half. So Ebersol again out of the shotgun. Mackey Motors postgame show will come up following this one. Ebersol rolls out, flag comes, and the ball knocked incomplete. Yep. In two different positions. So
it's going to be interesting to see. This might even be, they might even cancel each other.
Yeah, so
we have here.
Heisterkamp again on the defense. We're just trying to watch the official here to see what these flags are. We're going to have movement on Greene County and holding on Greene County. So I would assume the Tigers will probably accept the hold call because that'll be the bigger penalty.
Right.
11 penalties now for 85 yards or so unofficially here against the Rams tonight. And you're going to see that first game. It's hot, and stuff. Both of these teams will play better next week.
There will
I
be
would hope
great
anyway.
improvement for them.
Yep. This is what the Tigers needed. A good win to start the season. Get off to a good, sharp start. Next week they head to Gilbert. Nick Brinks will have that one for everybody.
We just about left a receiver wide open.
Yeah, I noticed that. They came out and covered him late here. Ebersol looks the other way. It is complete to Freeman, and he is going to be wrapped up at the 46-yard line. A pickup of 3 on the play. And now the Tigers, Jerry, you mentioned it, needed to adjust. They've adjusted. They're not giving up those little catches and getting out of bounds plays now. All of a sudden,
they're keeping them in bounds, and it's speeding up the game a little bit.
Yeah, we're down under 3 minutes remaining here. And again, we'll have our motor in player of the game. Thanks again to Will Miners out there running our video broadcast. Again, you can find it on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel as we come to you live here all night long from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Ebersol out of the shotgun. He'll throw it out. It is complete to Strennan, and he will get out of bounds in Tiger territory down to the 48. A pickup of 6 on the play. Got him now for 5 catches, 20 yards here on the night.
You have to compliment the Greene County team. They're not giving up here. They're still trying to score, and they don't have their heads hanging low.
No.
They're still fighting out there. As is Carroll.
And they will host Perry next week, so their game next Friday at home. Ebersol out of the shotgun, 4th down and 6. Looks over to see if the Rams are going to change the play at all. Now gets back into the shotgun. 2 wide receivers out here to the left, 1 to the right. Ebersol drops back, throws it short, and Hanson almost slipped the tackle. Got out of the tackle of Heisterkamp, but the Tigers had help there, and they'll tackle him short of the first down. Picked up 3, needed 6, and got just 3. So the Tigers will be able to take over, and hopefully now.
One first down, they could just about get this taken care of, and we'd frankly like to see it with the more injuries out there.
Yeah.
So,
and if you heard us kind of talking about running the football, it's mainly because you want to get the game done for the kids. So there's less chance, because as you wear out, there's more chance of injuries.
Exactly.
Yep. Xyro and Kimballton now at 44-40 on Arweva in the 4th quarter.
You've just got some terrific games you're following.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Kemper game included.
Yeah, that's the fun thing. I appreciate everybody that tags me in the tweets from these games so that I know what's going on. Asic with it. He's going to take off running. Picks up a block as he gets out on the edge, and now he's going to be flung down, but should have enough for the first down, down to the 43-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 11. They're going to move him back to the 44-yard line, but Asic will gather in that first down for the Tigers. And he's done a lot of this in this second half. And ever since Ludwig went out, Regaller hasn't been in the backfield running the ball since early in the game as well. Right. Done a lot. The offense has kind of been on his shoulders here in the second half.
It has, and they're not running the ball as much, I mean, other than him.
South Central Calhoun knocks off Pocahontas, area 34-14. So Brian Kay snaps a 2-game losing streak as Asic again just takes it off the right side. And he is going to be wrapped up and brought down at the 39-yard line, a pickup of 6 on the play. And I think that's Jared Moore who has come in now at quarterback. So that'll be Moore's first carry here tonight. So Jared getting a chance to carry the ball. So it'll bring up 2nd and 4 after that 6-yard gain.
It's nice to see some other players get in here too. So
yeah, Schleichman comes back in off the sideline. Trying to gauge some of these numbers here and see if we can get some of those names out there. I see Logan Menken out on the field. They'll snap. Moore going to keep it. Breaks a tackle. Cuts back into the middle off the right side. He'll go down at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play. Everybody's kind of walking where you can't see the numbers very well. There's number 55 out on the field. That's Jaden Flug. Christian Taylor still out there. So a few guys getting some reps. Some of the younger guys getting a chance to play here tonight. 37 seconds remaining in this one. Tigers will start the season 1-0 with as a win here tonight. And again, we'll have an interview with Coach coming up for you on the New Way Auto Group scoreboard show later tonight. You also get one tomorrow as Moore just takes a knee on that one, and that is going to do it. The Carroll Tigers are going to win it here tonight by a final of 20-0. Jerry and I are going to step away. We've got the Mackey Motors post-game show coming up. We're back in 3 minutes right here on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.